no-brainer. One more.
Perfect. Yeah, and then let them get a pour out of it.
That's what I'm doing.
Hey everyone, we are live. I'm sorry, I'm not supposed to move that. We are live with Bangin Beers podcast. This is Bangin Beers with Bitches.
Woo!
So we'll go around the room. You want to introduce yourselves?
Hi, I'm Laura.
Yeah.
Hi, Laura.
Hi.
Like an AA meeting.
Say hi, Ben. This is like an AA meeting. I'm Krystal.
Hi, Krystal.
Hi, Ben.
So Krystal, you heard of her story a little bit through her husband Brian, who was on our podcast, who is the reigning champ of most views.
Oh man, I hope we could beat it.
Yeah, so that's the
damn.
goal. It's like 500 something. So
Yeah, his podcast was great.
It was really
awesome,
good.
and it was pretty cool to hear his story.
Yeah.
From his perspective.
Yeah. So when I did the interview with him, she was like, we met. I mean, we've known each other for a while, but we hanging out at St. Patty's Day in one of my favorite places in town, McNiff's. And actually, you see the growler behind you there. That's my McNiff's growler.
And this all came about because of St. Patrick's Day.
And they're like, well, what the fuck? I want my own show. And I was like,
Right.
You're allowed to curse.
yeah, 100%.
Okay.
You certainly can. This is the off the rails show.
This is
But
fucking YouTube.
we can do anything we want.
Yeah.
Fuck.
off the rails already.
Chalk it up. You just
Look
cursed
out.
on,
Chalk it up.
You just cursed on your first YouTube.
Oh my
video.
god.
Before
So proud.
introducing yourself.
Guys, her name
I'm a
is
little
her name is
backwards.
Fuck. Her name is Fuck. That's cool.
No, her moniker is the random fuck.
Oh.
I don't know about all that.
Oh my god.
It's like, who's this random girl?
Yeah, who's that random fuck? All right, go ahead.
Go ahead, Cilla. It's okay.
I'm Cilla.
and for the most part, all Monty City girls, right?
Yeah.
Right.
Born
Yeah.
and bred.
We're
Yeah.
cousins.
Mhm.
Yep.
We went to school together.
Yes.
I actually left Monty area, went to North Schuylkill, did a year of North Schuylkill with her, and then like the same time we both left North Schuylkill
yeah.
and,
Really?
and went back to Monty area. Yeah.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Mhm.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's
my
cool.
house burned down, and I guess you just went back to
Just
Monty City. Yeah.
Lived with my dad, yeah. pretty
Wow.
much.
And I know none of you.
Well, Ben,
Except Tony.
Oh, you will.
you
will.
Ben,
You're gonna-
where are you from,
I
Ben?
wish you didn't know us.
I'm from Fractal.
You don't
You're
gotta-
from Fractal. That's really
you
cool.
don't have to
Yeah.
keep leaning in. You know the
I know.
rules.
Well, I
Sarah.
kinda like-
I'm being
I kinda like
playful.
leading
I'm
in like
joking.
this.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
hey.
Being a goof.
All right, just making sure. Like,
I'm being a goof.
just making
Yeah.
sure you forgot your. He's like, hey.
Hey.
No.
I
Maybe
like
it's like
this.
being sensual because it's like ladies.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
ladies' night.
Right? I gotta turn the bass down real quick. Turn the bass down.
We have bass.
Oh.
Well, initially, what we wanted to do like the intro to Cops.
Yeah.
Scylla had a great idea. Like she wanted our faces like blurred out and like the background music to Cops to play.
Well, first off,
Yeah.
we wouldn't get monetized because we're using someone's thing, and I am not that good at video editing yet to blur faces.
Oh yeah, that's right. I guess we probably would get arrested, wouldn't we?
Yeah.
We'd be in jail.
Not arrested, but they would.
You have to find us.
We would get flagged.
Oh, that's true. Very true.
It's crazy. They have this weird thing on YouTube or anything. If you put like if you have like let more than 30 seconds of a song and put it out on YouTube, they somehow like listen to the entire audio of a file and can pinpoint if that came from somewhere. It's crazy. Like I had my buddy Randy on, and he's part of a national touring act, and the band's called Fate's Got a Driver, and he obviously he recorded the song. The guitarist of that band is Eddie Reyes from Taking Back Sunday, so he's touring the country with Eddie Reyes and his new
I
project.
used to love Taking Back Sunday.
Yeah, it's so
I went
cool.
through a little bit of an emo phase. I loved it.
That's my favorite type of music, sad white boy music.
Yeah, I love it.
Yes, sad boy music. Is
Let's
my
see the
stuff.
Used. There was the Used.
Yep.
I had my nose pierced for a while. My hair was like black. It was great. It was a really good time in my life.
My Chemical Romance.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like I hated everybody.
Yep. So he toured and he did an interview, and we played one of his songs in the beginning, and it immediately got flagged. And they're like, we're
Wow.
going to contact the people and make sure this is cool. And then I guess they contacted and they're like, I don't know how you did it, but it's cool. And I was like, this guy know people.
Oh, there you go.
And then I went to go see his band, and like Eddie Reyes was like, hey man, what's up, Tony? And I was like, hi, Eddie Reyes from Taking Back Sunday, who knows my name. And he's
That's
like,
awesome.
I like the interview, man. It was fun. And I was like,
That's really cool.
yeah, that
That
was
is
like my
cool.
first like holy shit moment. And then the whole band came up to me and they're like, man, that interview you do with Randy's awesome. I was like, thank you so much. But yeah, it was awesome.
Little girl voice.
Yeah, I was like, I was stoked.
That's great. So I guess this kind of all came about because of St. Patrick's Day.
Yeah.
Just want to kind of let everybody know. I really don't like to discuss St. Patrick's Day and like what happened. I had a lot to drink. It was the most probably I ever drank in my life, and we somehow booked a podcast. So I mean,
Here we are.
I'm pretty honored to be here, but we have no idea what we're doing.
That's fine.
It's gonna be fun.
But-
Don't worry.
Here we are.
So what is your I know you're talking about Untapped. What is your Untapped name so people listening can follow you?
My Untapped. Hold on a second, people. I actually just like upgraded my phone, and all my apps didn't even like transfer.
I did the same thing.
Yeah, like my poor cousin, she was like trying to transfer everything over for me, but it's just like if you look up Krystal, it's like there
Okay, I'll find it for you.
somewhere.
All right. So we're gonna go into our first beer, even though we still have some. So we're actually started with a victory.
Yeah, we didn't even talk about it. We
A
just started
victory,
drinking.
no-
Well, I
yeah,
started drinking.
no.
it,
Well, this is
Phil
kind of like
down the hatch.
this is a pregame beer. So and then we're all right. So we're like most beer things are like they talk about like the hops and how it's made. I'm not very smart with that. I just like drinking it.
I like
and
to
then
talk
some people
about
like
that.
to like we'll talk a little bit about it, but I don't know what I'm talking about. I'll be honest. Like I know a little bit.
Idea.
And then some people like to rinse their cup each beer. We just cross contaminate. We go for it. I don't
I'm
know.
fine with that.
Yeah, all right, cool.
It's like a winery, but like
yeah.
the beer version,
We're
which
like-
I prefer.
We're the school county version of
Yeah.
craft beer. Like we're not.
Do you
gonna,
have to like smell beans and stuff? You know how they put the coffee beans in?
Oh
it?
yeah, at a winery.
So
I
we
don't know
smelling
with beer.
something?
Oh, I hope we don't smell coffee beans because I hate coffee.
Really?
Yeah, I hate like a
I
lot of
love
the.
coffee.
See,
So
this
if you
is
want to
really
follow
good.
Krystal on Tap, it's Krystal Fin.
Did you like it?
I do, but I still have some.
Okay.
Yeah.
Here, give you some.
Yeah,
This is
fill it
good
up.
stuff.
All right, so the first beer, if you
Mhm.
want to pull the first one up, Ben, and give us a little description of what we're doing here.
Okay. Yep.
So we actually had a beer on I forget how many weeks ago it was. We do a lot. And it was the St. Patrick's, the Lucky
Smart
Charms
Mouth,
beer.
Saturday morning.
Yeah, Saturday morning tunes, or I don't remember. It was a Lucky
Yeah.
Charms beer. It was all over the news and all over everything, and everybody wanted it and thought it was the greatest thing ever. And people were paying $500 a can for it.
What?
It was crazy.
We had it on the show.
And it wasn't that amazing.
No.
To you guys, it wasn't,
It,
right?
No.
it had a marshmallow aftertaste, and it just tasted
Oh,
like
I hate marshmallows.
really.
Ugh.
This is gonna have some
Oh,
marshmallow.
boy.
Well, you just
Well,
might-
like the ones from the cereal, but I don't
Yeah.
like the.
well, then you
those
might.
big puffy.
Oh no,
things.
they're from
Oh,
they're from
God.
the actual cereal.
Oh, okay.
So
Yeah.
you're good.
So-
Okay.
No, she said she
Okay.
don't like them from the cereal, so she.
No, I do like them.
Oh,
from-
okay.
I mean,
You don't
I
like
haven't
the
had them in
puffy,
years. I don't
traditional
think I've ate cereal in
marshmallows.
years.
I don't. I
Some
like
are.
cereal. I
So
eat
this
it.
this
Mhm.
actually has not been ranked by any of my friends. So nobody that I know.
Only one from mine, and Tony Deppen.
Tony Deppen. He's
Tony
a big,
Deppen.
he's a big bird dude, and it's got 4.12 average rating, and
Which is pretty
900
high.
Which is pretty high, and 995 people have checked this in, so it's just shy of 100,000.
I gotta
people.
re-download right now because
Yeah.
I gotta check all these in.
So
I got
this
a little
is-
bit different here. I got 1175.
What is the
I'm
Untapped
checking.
app? Is that all
So-
the beers you try?
Yeah,
Yes.
like, and you kind of keep track of them. Like, I know when we go out to different restaurants and they have like an extensive beer menu, I like to
See
try
which
one
ones
and
you
then
haven't
check
had.
it in. Like when I go to a winery, I'm clueless. Like everybody's like, "Oh my gosh, this has like such an oaky finish," and I'm just standing there like
Sure.
Cool.
I'm just getting pretty drunk.
Mhm.
I have
Just
no
like,
idea
cool.
about wines, nothing.
So this is from this is an IPA, a New England style. This is a 6.8.
It's from Levante Brewing Company in Westchester.
Yeah, go ahead. You do the
And,
rundown. What we look.
They are at an industrial park opened up, and every time they put something on tap, if somebody really likes it or people really like it, what they'll do is they'll make another batch and put it in cans in their cooler. It's just
Oh,
pretty cool.
Okay.
So like if you like it and you say, "Hey, that's a really great beer," and they'll have other people say the same thing, they'll do the same thing again, so you can take it home. for
Nice.
next time.
Yeah. So some breweries, they will do a very limited run, and they'll say, okay, once you had it, it's done. One of the ones that just recently is Breaker Brewing Company. They did a Breakfast Club series beer.
Breaker.
Breaker, yeah.
Where are they out of?
Wilkes-Barre. Yeah. So if you actually see
I
here,
can't connect
if
to
you
the app
see, you'll
store.
see like the nerd.
Okay.
Up there is the
Which one is
basket
it?
case, and then the princess is here.
Right here.
So what that is they were the breakfast. I love the Breakfast Club movie. It's
Me too.
one of my favorite
Awesome
movies.
movie.
So they made 5 beers for every character of the movie. His was just an IPA. The princess, which was Claire, was a strawberry muffin. The criminal was a blueberry waffle. The Jock was a peanut butter and jelly sandwich beer,
Awesome.
and then the basket case was my favorite because it was
It was a cereal.
it was a cereal mixed with something else.
It was hold on, I gotta think back to the movie.
So this is the
You
only
guys seen The Breakfast Club,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
So what do you call her? What was her
Allison.
name? Allison. When she eats
it's a
the
bologna
cereal,
sandwich.
yeah, yes, that's it. And she I just remember her banging it on the table.
She had to crunch down the cereal.
Yes.
But she put something on top of it with the cereal.
I know
I'll give you
exactly
a
what part
hint.
of the movie you're talking
I
about.
know
Yeah.
too, and I just can't think of it.
It sticks. Something with sticks.
Sugar sticks. She took pixie sticks
Yes,
and she put the
That's
pixie
it.
sticks on the Captain
I
Crunch.
remember now.
And she
Oh.
crunched the Captain Crunch down and she threw
I
the
remember.
bologna and stuck on the statue.
Yeah, yeah.
So that beer was a pixie sticks Captain Crunch beer. And it sounded awful. It was really good.
Was it really sweet though?
It was, but not too. It wasn't overbearing. I really enjoyed it. And the Brain, I like IPAs, but the Brain was really good. as
And
well.
that was like a grapefruit one too. That
Okay.
was pretty good as well.
All right, so we're gonna do spoonful of gold here.
I'm ready.
All right.
Let's
So-
do it.
So, description wise, Lucky Charms, marshmallows, vanilla
Wait, I have to
nachos,
chug this one.
and a bowl full of hops. This breakfast cereal IPA is loaded with the sweet crunch of a frosted malt profile. Spoonfuls of Mosaic, El Dorado, Simcoe, and Azaka hops lend sugar-coated tasting notes of dazzling rainbows, red balloons, and purple horseshoes.
Yeah, you sound just like a commercial.
Ooh,
Yeah,
and
you
unicorns.
Nailed it.
All right. Here we
That's,
go.
that's just their
Cartoon.
description, so pretty cool.
It to me, it just smells like an IPA. So the last cereal beer we had like this, it was just a normal IPA. It was
Yeah.
nothing, it didn't knock us out of the park. It wasn't a $500 can. It wasn't.
It wasn't worth it.
Is that
Yeah.
how much we take? I don't know.
No, you're fine.
My pour.
I go
the
very
whole
light
thing,
my
yeah,
first
pour was
pour, and then I wait
horrible.
for it to come back around.
We could bring it back around.
Yeah.
My
I
phone is
do a
not
little
working
bit
to
as well.
download the app right now.
All right.
All right, did anyone need any more? If
I mean,
not-
I'll always take more.
Yeah, there's a little bit there, so we'll leave it, and if you like it, you can finish it off.
All right. Here
All
we
right.
go, guys.
So, have you guys ever had any cereal beers before?
I haven't.
Okay, so there was one. This is my second Lucky Charms beer. I had a cinnamon toast crunch beer.
Mm-hmm. That was Manioc Brewing Company.
Oh, that
made
was French Toast Crunch.
That's French Toast Crunch.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I had a French toast beer. That was pretty cool. And they had the artwork, like it was a red can with the yellow, so it looked like the French toast cereal
Okay.
box. Yeah, I had that one. That's the only other cereal one I can think of.
And then if you wanted to technically consider our Infinity Gauntlet ones, Infinity Hop ones with the cereal marshmallows,
Yeah, they've had
you
cereal
could
marshmallows. in
technically
that one, too.
consider it that, but
Yeah. All right,
here
so
or there, splitting
so the
hairs.
profile of this,
Oh.
it says marshmallow, smooth, sweet, vanilla, creamy.
I doubt that this is going to be smooth from the smell of it. It smells dank.
Well, let's bang it up.
Bang it up. Banging bitches.
I just see glass going in someone's eye.
That's how I pictured it perfectly.
You did.
This smells like something.
All right, so initially, that is the most marshmallow I've ever had in a beer.
Yeah,
All right.
not gonna lie, that's pleasant.
That's
I can
really
do
good.
that.
Yeah. That's actually, that is not, hold on. That is not IPA at all.
No, that is an IPA.
There is no hop.
But
that-
because of the
Did you say it is
flavor
an
profile-
IPA?
It is, but because of the flavor profile, you get a lot of marshmallow in that.
yeah, that's not like you don't taste any hops.
How are you doing with the marshmallow?
I'm good. I really like the smell of it. You didn't like the smell of it?
I
Well,
like
the
the
smell of
smell.
it's very dank.
It's
What
a
is
very
it? What is
familiar
it? Yeah,
smell.
it's a very, very familiar. Oh my God.
Jesus.
Speaking, we,
I like it so much.
do you like it?
It's like a musty old
There-
book.
You should,
Must seal book. Okay.
you should, if you really enjoy that smell, you would really like the beers we talked about before we started that I had in my last interview.
You should take more of
The,
that. if
the,
you
hem,
like
the
that.
Hemtail beers.
I
Oh
do.
yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
See, I told you.
Yeah.
You might surprise you.
I opened that can in here, and Heidi was like at volleyball, and she came in. I was doing an interview, the one I just aired today with Courtney Smith, and Heidi walked in and she looked at me like, "You guys smoking weed in the house?" Because I don't smoke.
yeah.
And I was like, I'm like, what? And I just looked up like, oh, it's the beer. And she smelled it, and she's like, oh, because you open the can and it smells like the room was hot boxed.
Yeah. Like,
But
That's
the beer
No joke,
tasted like
yeah.
ginger ale.
Oh nice.
It had a
I love ginger ale.
Yeah.
ugh.
Like
It-
I love.
it's at the cake stand right now in Monte City. There's three styles. The citrus gold tastes like a orange Tic Tac ginger ale. The passion fruit tastes like a passion fruit ginger ale, and then the regular
Mm.
hemp D just tastes like pure ginger ale, but it has a hemp smell to it.
Like I think this
I
it's
think
so
I'm
weird.
glad
This
this is
smells
different.
completely different than what it tastes.
Yeah.
And I have actually never. I don't think I've really ever had that happen.
So that's the most. I've had beers that had marshmallow flavor before. That is the most marshmallow I ever had come out of a beer before.
She feels like
You know
she's
what
in
it
church
really
and her
tastes-
phone goes off.
Yeah, you're good.
You know what it really tasted like to me? It tasted really like you had like a spoonful of cereal.
Yeah, it's very
It
sweet.
really did.
It's
With
very
a little
sweet.
bit of milk
Yeah.
in it.
Yeah,
I got that.
It
Like,
nailed the flavor profile. That's really good.
on point.
That's better than the last one we had. So you guys,
It doesn't taste like cereal.
When I go home
No.
tonight, all I know is I'm not gonna want cereal tomorrow morning.
No, you're definitely not gonna. I actually do like that though.
I like this. It's just
I
not-
really do like it, but it's like not what I'm used to drinking because.
So there's a beer tomorrow at Brewfest that's made with Fluffernutter.
Is there any way like you could sneak us like under a curtain into Brewfest tomorrow? Like,
No,
okay,
it's super.
Yeah.
It's like Roswell.
yeah, you
you
know
get-
me. I'm just always trying to save a buck.
Yeah.
That's just how it goes.
I think if you order your tickets today, you get $5 off.
Today,
Is that in
Yes.
Pottsville?
Yep.
yeah, it's in Pottsville this year, but
So
they used to
when-
have it. In
So as soon as this
Prattville.
wraps up, go and order your tickets because you get $5 off it.
Yeah, I mean, I'll order anything after a couple beers.
I got
Yeah.
birthday parties to attend.
Yeah. We'll be all right. We're gonna make it through, guys.
You're gonna do amazing.
Yeah, that's actually pretty good. I do like it.
So we were worried about you a little bit. You're not the IPA fan, right?
Neither
I
of
am
them are.
not.
Neither one of
no.
you is.
Wait,
Um,
back up on that one because I'll drink any. Like I don't know if it's an IPA. I don't know.
You
what
just
it-
go. You just
I'll
open
take-
the throat and go for
and
it.
if I like it, I like it. So I might like IPAs. I
Yeah.
just never even look at the label. Like just the other day, I had this Victory thing.
Yeah,
Victor
Victory's
makes
like
a
really,
lot of
really
good
good.
beers.
It was
That's
like,
what I said to Laura though. I said you might surprise yourself.
But I don't
Like,
really like the hoppiness.
Yeah.
I'm
So-
kind of
So because I kind of heard that you guys aren't big, like you're new to the craft scene. That's why we went with a very high flavor profile for beers.
mhm.
Now last week we did the Infinity Gauntlet episode, and 2 of those beers, like the Blood Orange, literally taste like you opened a jar of grapefruits and drank the juice. It had no booze taste at all, and it was like an 8.5.
It was
Wow.
ridiculous.
See,
It's
I'm
crazy.
always complaining. I'm
What
sick of drinking the
percentage is
same
that
things.
one?
That's when I
This
try
is a
and try it. I like
6.2.
trying stuff.
6.2.
yeah.
Like I like to.
I mean,
go
I'm
into
open to
breweries and
trying
try.
anything.
Yeah, which
I
is like-
doing that.
you know, I'm very
6.8.
excited that
6.8.
6.8,
Yeah.
6.8.
and you would never think it. Like I would drink that and just be like, wow, this is like a regular beer.
If you try to drink this like you drink Miller Lite and Keystones,
Oh my god.
you would be smashed.
And that's my other problem
Yeah.
because I just like to keep drinking.
like
Yeah. So
she's like the Keystone Queen.
So, yeah, if I go somewhere and they don't have craft beer and they don't have Chesterfield, I'm a Keystone guy too. I like my Keystones.
Oh
I
yeah.
love Keystone. But the
Oof.
problem is because I've been drinking craft beer so long,
mm-hmm.
it takes me like 165 Keystones to feel a buzz.
Oh.
Like it's bad.
So maybe we shouldn't hang out with the IPA.
That's kind of why I like Keystone because I'll be thinking like I'm having a big night and it's only like probably like
13 bucks.
1% beer.
Yeah.
What is the percentage of Keystone anyway? It's like 4.
It's like 4.5.
Yeah,
You know what's mind
but
blowing?
it's always smooth.
I disagree.
Do you know what's really mind
Totally
blowing? That I
disagree.
figured out.
It's always smooth. She's like the commercial. She's gonna be on the billboard. You know the Keystone like billboards where they have like the quotes. That's gonna be you.
You know what I learned this week? The alcohol percentage in Guinness Stout,
Yeah,
4.2.
really.
You wouldn't think it, and I was like, my
But
friend-
that
I
also
said, "No way."
it's hard to determine the alcohol content of that beer because of the way it travels.
Yes.
and it changes by
Right there, he's
yeah.
right.
Now, if you look-
110%
What's
right.
still
Because when
there?
I was in Ireland, like we went to Ireland, the Guinness tasted completely different over there
Yeah,
than it does here. And honestly, Guinness or Smittix, I would take Smittix any day over Guinness.
Yeah. Same with
Any
Yingling.
day.
If you look at a Yingling bottle, they don't have the percentage on there because depending on the batch, they
Mhm.
don't know
Any more
what
of
the.
this.
You can talk. It's
Yeah.
okay.
All right. So I normally am not good with darker beers.
I am not
I don't
either.
like dark
And I can
beers,
already
but
tell you,
whatever.
I'm probably not going to be a fan of this because to me, it smells like coffee.
What is this one again?
This is the sticky bun.
Sticky bun
Oh my god.
This is an 11
Well, I
point.
really am a
What?
fan of the
artwork.
picture. Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
beautiful.
I like it.
Very
That's cool.
nice.
That's an 11.5.
Very aesthetic.
Fill it up.
Oh god, I don't
I'm
know,
not
guys.
gonna take a whole lot because
It
I'm
looks
not
like
sure.
Jaeger. I have a lot of
Oh
bad
man, you're like, oh,
do any
go
of you
with
like
the-
coffee?
No,
taste.
me.
I do.
I like coffee.
Then
I'm
you're
a coffee
probably
drinker.
gonna love this.
I love coffee, but
But in the
there's times
morning,
when I
and
do like have had coffee beers
You're
or
going
coffee
for it.
wine or whatever. It
I'm
doesn't.
proud
Well,
of
you gotta get the taste profile.
I mean, I can get a profile.
I'm just not gonna be into this. I know I'm not.
You already went for it. Look at you.
Ooh, now if it was like
Oh, yeah,
See?
it's really-
in the morning,
She is
Look
a-
at you
it was
in the
coffee.
in the morning.
Well, if there's any
Maybe
left.
like yeah.
Look at this.
I think Laura just fell
Laura,
in love.
I think we might have converted her.
She is a stout. She's a stout drinker.
Oh my gosh, look at you go.
But
Here,
see,
just
now I
want mine.
can't drink
You get to find
this
out
and
what
then
you're-
go out later and
like where
drink
your place, like,
Keystone
Harry
and be
Potter
okay. Then I'll
She's
be
a
like,
stout.
oh,
If
no.
you if you drank 2 of those beers, like if you drank one of those beers and
Yeah.
then went out and
We'll
then
have to make
finished the
one.
night with Keystone, you would probably leave the house with a really nice buzz with 2 of those beers and stouts.
Oh,
that-
yeah.
that
And like
makes sense.
that's the whole like thing with them. Like you drink less. Like you drink
So
a lot less.
since you already went for it, and there's plenty left, you can have more.
You could just have a whole
Um,
can, Laura.
It says sweet, maple, nutty, caramel, and dark. Do you get any of that?
I get the maple and
That's
sweet.
that's the least thing I'm excited for is the maple.
I like it.
So before we really judge
You
this
like
one,
it?
how,
You don't
what
like
did you
it?
what did you
Okay.
just think of
The
the
glass.
spoonful of gold? Does it get thumbs up? Pretty
Wait,
good.
which one is that? The
Oh,
first
that's
one?
the first
one we
Absolutely.
had.
Yeah.
Do we have to
whole-
give it a number?
On
No.
Untapped?
You know, you give a thumbs up. You're like, I like that. I would
My
drink
phone
that
ain't
all
working.
day or
Yeah.
whatever.
No.
We only give the untapped scores because we have the app downloaded.
Oh.
Unless you have it downloaded.
So if
then
we
you-
I
we could
just
just do like a
downloaded it.
pretend score. Let's do a pretend score
Yeah.
between all of us, like 1 to 5. Like what would
The
you?
first one.
Well, no, it's 1 to 4 on Untapped, right?
Yeah, or you can do
Or is
like
it 1 to 5?
You can,
1
but
to
you can do
5.
point like 4.2, 4.5, 4.75,
So honestly, I rarely give anything.
a 5.
Rarely.
Yeah,
Yesterday, I
I
think
gave a 5 last episode.
you did.
That grapefruit blood orange beer was
Okay.
so good.
So I guess I don't know. I'm very very picky. That would probably get from me like a 3.5, and I'm going to tell you why.
Okay.
Because there's no hops for me.
Okay, you like the hop?
Like my pregnancy with Daxton, it was so weird. My taste changed. I started drinking coffee in the second trimester of my pregnancy with Daxton, and I never drank coffee in my
Really?
life. I just wanted it like bitter. So then after I had him, I couldn't even drink a Miller Lite.
Oh,
And that's when I
hard.
started drinking. Like I just started experimenting with IPAs, and I'm now like, what do they call them? A beer snob? That's me now. Like I love hoppy
Put this
beers.
right in my mug.
You can have it right in the morning. Drink the whole can because I do not like that at all.
I'm gonna give it a 2.75. I think that's middle of the road. I feel like I'm not ruining them. I'm not a darker beer guy. I think they taste like coffee. But that one there has a lot of maple to
What
it.
did you think of it?
And a little bit of the pecans in it too.
I
That's like really a sharp for a stout.
You good?
She's good.
All right.
yeah.
She's good.
Okay.
No, my phone was ringing.
Oh
Yeah.
I'm just trying to download Untapped and I can't. So
I like it. I mean, but
there it
wouldn't
is.
I wouldn't sit at the bar and
No.
keep ordering it.
That is like to
Absolutely
me.
not.
And
I-
look at this one.
She loves
Okay.
it.
Are we
Ew.
talking about this one or
Yeah,
this
but
one?
for like
well, we were talking about this
Spoon gold.
one.
Yeah, the
Mhm.
gold. He
We
went
were
back.
talking-
He went
Yeah,
backwards.
kind of like backtrack. a
That'd be
little bit.
another one. I would order one to sip on, but then I switch it.
I
up.
don't
So
even
if
know I
you
could do that.
so as just like because you guys are new to the game, if you were to go to a place and they have craft beer, like everything's craft beer on tap. What I do personally, unless there's something I walk in and I'm like, I really like that one beer, then I'll get a big glass of it. But they have this thing called flights,
Oh yeah.
where you
Yeah.
order the flights, get the
Mhm,
flights, try it. See,
Well, we do. I've been.
They know that much.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because
'Cause
we've got gone to so
Stoker's-
many places. I love going to places like that.
Yeah.
I love trying new ones, but I
Mhm.
never remember what they are when I leave. So
Yeah.
I don't know what.
and now you have on
And they're
tap.
all
that one,
different.
that one.
That's why if you
and they're
download
all
on
different.
Untapped,
That's
you
what
can
work
like
out for
remember
you
like,
for the
okay,
most
well, this is
part,
what I
so
like and what I don't
If it's
like.
something that you like and you're like,
And what
yo,
happens too is
it's
like
at
you'll
the
go through
bar
on tap
that you're at.
and,
Yeah.
and you'll see like you had a beer that I didn't have. Where did you get that? And you're like, oh, that's a beer. Like my brother's coming
Mhm.
home from San Diego and he's
Mhm.
bringing all beers from San Diego home.
Oh, that's cool.
So we're gonna have a whole bunch of beers
Yeah.
that no one's gonna have. And then I like that aspect because like I said, these craft beer, not only is this craft beer scene happening in Pennsylvania, which I think is leading the country in most craft beer
Mhm.
microbreweries right now. So you get that we have a really, really good
gotta
selection of
rinse
craft
this.
beers.
I was gonna say the same thing. Can
This
I?
is I can't.
Yeah.
This beer.
Yeah,
Do you want me to
but
grab-
I'm
do
really
you want me to
sorry
do
to
the-
the I'm really sorry to
hang
the
on.
brewery. It's not you, it's me.
That's same here. I'm the same way.
I'm actually
Here.
gonna get a picture.
No,
It's
just rinse
no,
it, just rinse it.
only for
Small
this
can.
one. I
Yeah.
really don't think that like I'm just not
You
a
wanna rinse
stout.
that? Oh, you're still.
Are you
I mean,
Another thing
I want to
too.
save my tolerance for the rest of them.
Oh, this,
But
yeah.
if you like the taste, you might not like the rest of
Just
them.
down
So
it.
just live like while you're here. Like just live it up.
yeah, enjoy your life.
And live in the
Open your
moment.
There's no
throat.
rush.
Live in the moment, open your throat and just dump it
That's
down.
what I said earlier, and I said it, and I was like,
dump that coffee down, girl.
Like, yeah.
When we went to visit my sister Paige before she was married, we went out there.
Oh, there's
wedding
probably
dress
like
shopping.
tons of them out there.
Oh, they're everywhere.
Where at?
There's a Pittsburgh.
Like microbreweries.
Oh, Pittsburgh's huge.
So when we went out there, she took us to this place that was like all meatballs. She called it meatballs, but it was like the Meatball Emporium.
Mhm.
So it was the restaurant on the bottom, but then when you went upstairs, it was the ceiling was all open to see like the Pittsburgh lights and stuff, and then there was just beers all over the wall.
Really?
There's
I
like
goo- I
chalkboard of
goofed
all
up.
different kinds.
I don't know which
Thank
class
you.
is which.
It doesn't
fine.
matter. We all
Okay.
like.
Yeah.
Fair enough. All right.
It's all cool.
I'm like, oh crap.
Yeah, Pittsburgh's a beautiful city.
Oh, I loved out there. I loved it. I'm actually going out June 1st, but it's for a baby shower, so I'm gonna have to like.
So
sneak
when
off.
we went to Pittsburgh, I don't remember.
So what?
I don't remember exactly
away a little
where
bit.
we were, but I know we were in walking distance of the stadium. So if you were at the stadium and you walked down and then like kind of went under a bridge and there's like a gas station and like the projects.
I don't know where the. Wait, we passed there, but I've never been to the stadium.
Yeah.
Every time I go, she takes us.
Yeah,
to
so
different
like that
places.
downtown area is like supposed to be like the happening spot.
Yeah.
So if you're by the stadium and then you kind of go a couple block, like you're driving away from the stadium and then you would make a left and go under a bridge and there's a gas station right there and then like it looks like the high rise kind of. Behind that is an old mausoleum, like not mausoleum. That's because that's where dead people are. It's an old
Oh my God.
What do they call where the monks live? Like
Monastery.
Monastery.
I knew it was an M. A monastery. So they took.
I'm a monk.
Yeah.
At least she is.
Yeah.
She is. Laura's she's my spiritual friend.
Yes. So the
She's
monk,
so good though. Sorry.
Yeah.
We go off on
No, you're good.
tangents.
That's
Sorry.
the point of it.
This is
At
the
least she didn't say
off-the-rails
morgue. You
show,
said it was
so
an
you're
M word. At
fine.
least you didn't say morgue.
Well,
right?
monastery is really
Okay.
close.
No, it's not.
Morgue is where they're freshly, and then monastery is where they're.
Freshly.
Oh, guys, this is totally going the wrong way.
Wow.
Am I wrong though? Like morgue is where like if you
A
pass away,
fresh body.
No,
you
a
go there, and then a monastery
monastery.
is where
Bodies
they.
are in the
A monastery is
maternity
above
ward.
above the ground.
No, you're thinking of a
monastery.
mausoleum.
That's what I'm
No,
thinking of.
come on.
I was gonna say,
Oh my God, a monastery is like a sacred, like
Yeah,
praying place.
where
They're
Buddhists
still creepy.
go to.
Yes.
Yeah, they're still both creepy.
No.
And it's definitely
No.
not fresh.
They're definitely not fresh.
No, mausoleums, like, yeah. Oh my God.
I know what you mean. Yeah.
Guys, let's really just change the topic.
All right.
I'm honestly
All right, wait,
terrified
where
of
were
dead
we?
Done
We were
bagging
on-
beers. This is ridiculous.
We're talking about-
Pittsburgh.
Anyways, there's
So
a
if
building
you-
where monks live.
It used to be where monks lived,
No.
and they converted it. They
Wow.
converted it into a hotel, and we found it on was it TripAdvisor?
Yeah,
Yeah.
And
TripAdvisor.
that's where me and Heidi stayed, and it was in a kind of maybe a rough area,
Mhm.
but
Sketchy.
it was a beautiful building,
Yeah.
and it was cheaper than all the other hotels, but it was a different experience because it wasn't like a chain hotel.
Mhm.
And then we walked up like a block and a half, and then we found a jazz bar. So the top floor is where they do like burlesque shows. The second floor is like a regular bar, and then the bottom floor, like in the basement, is a jazz club. And like
That's
they
really
have people
cool. That's
playing.
awesome.
Yeah, it was
That's
so
cool.
cool. And they had like all like stem glasses and beer bottles hanging from the ceiling.
Yeah, there's so much to see out there. Like,
Yeah.
I'm all for traveling. I love it.
Yeah.
I still want to go out to
Killed the
Pittsburgh.
cat.
I've
What
so
was,
wanted
So
to.
this place that she took me to, though, the beers, if I remember correctly, they were named after. Well, I do remember correctly because of the one beer that was there. That was my favorite. They're names of people. There's like Linda and whatever. So as I'm looking, I'm like, I don't know what to order. Now this is going back maybe 3 years. I'm like, I have no idea. Till I seen on the board Priscilla.
Perfect.
I don't care what it is, give me it. And I, hands down to this day, that is the best beer I've ever tasted.
Oh,
Really?
it's called the
Does it have your
Priscilla.
name?
Got her name.
I think if it
Could
was
you
called
imagine?
Julia or
It wouldn't have tasted as
Jonathan,
It
good.
would have
Whatever.
measured up.
It just wouldn't have.
It
no,
wouldn't
it
have.
totally would have. It was seriously the best. I
Well,
didn't
let's
drink
bring
You
nothing
got
else
it.
all night.
So now your homework is when you go back out to
June
Pittsburgh,
1st.
you have to remember what the brewery was. and
Yeah,
let us
you gotta
know.
go.
It's
You have
the
to go.
Meatball Emporium.
You
The
gotta
Meatball Emporium.
you gotta untap it.
Yeah.
Yeah, you have to go on
Okay.
tap now that you
Alright.
have it.
And I'll sit there and I'll try a couple names.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
See, you guys are like converting. I love this.
I know it's good.
I was like thinking, wow, like I need people that are gonna want to do this with
Not
me.
so. I'm not saying not many women are into the craft beer scene, but it's a very
It's a
Niche.
married.
It's
It's a
very
it's a very
small-
yeah. It's a very small.
yeah. I
market
often
for-
feel lonely.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I
feel
actually
very
follow
lonely.
this. I hope this doesn't sound crazy, but there's a few women who are huge craft beer drinkers, and because there is such a small niche of it, what they do is they'll take photos of themselves with like very little and like on their boobs, and they'll take a picture of the can. Like
What if you don't have boobs?
I don't know how.
Scoop
Yeah,
'em
then
up.
what do you
Yeah,
do?
scoop 'em
All
up.
right,
So-
well,
so
You have
what-
to have your
so-
friends stand behind you.
So,
and put
so,
it
Right.
together.
so
I mean,
what happens is these girls will go and
That's
get
what we
like a
do
can
these
and they'll be like, I like the beer, and they'll take like provocative photos, and the breweries eat that shit up, and they get beer all the time. It's crazy.
Really?
Yeah.
We should like pose with like something not sexually,
With
but
our
just
bodies.
something ridiculous.
Beers and
and
bodies.
Yeah, like I
be
want to do
like
something
this.
really
Beers and bodies.
Beers and
Yeah.
bodies.
I mean, I love it.
A
I mean,
yoga pose.
where
in
did-
beer.
where
Or
did
like-
you even come up with that?
I told you I was drinking. I don't know.
I mean,
she
I was
literally-
going through my calendar on my phone and I was
She
trying to put
texts-
them on the wall
Yep.
so me and Zach could know because I download that family calendar thing. He doesn't know
To like coordinate your
Yeah,
schedule.
to coordinate. Oh, Priscilla's doing this.
Same
like-
thing, and it didn't work, so we have a calendar on the door.
Yeah,
And
we
then
have
she-
a calendar on the wall, and
Yep.
Yep.
I wrote beers and bodies.
Yeah, and she messages me and she's like, "Are we still
Every time
doing
I look
this?"
at
And
it,
I
though,
said,
want
"Yeah."
to yell, "Let the bodies!" That's what I think of when I look at it, though.
Beers and bodies. I love it.
Yeah.
Well, maybe like a different type of beer will give us a different type of inspiration for these like
Yeah.
advertisements too. You
Yeah.
know, you never know.
So
what's-
like, all right. So if you ever watched Arrested Development,
Is that like from the 80s?
no,
Or like
it's
early
it's
90s?
It's like a 2000 show, but it was
Is it?
it was on show and they got
It's like
canceled.
a weird show on
And then they
Fox.
got-
and
No,
then
I've
they
heard of it, but I
got
thought that was
back.
an old show.
Not too old, but the
Okay.
one guy on the show, he's a never nude. Like he refuses to take his jean shorts off.
never
like,
nude.
Like
Does he
even if it-
wash
like,
them?
Yeah, and I guess they made a never
Wait,
nude beer.
I never nude. I never even heard of that in
A
my
never
life.
nude. Like they won't get naked ever.
Is he a
Ever?
virgin?
I don't think he has a kid in the show, but
Wait, so he?
I don't know how.
But
it
is this?
happened.
I'm asking this
So
question. Is this?
what happened there?
I don't
Is
know.
this a- is
open
this
He
the
opened
flap
the
and-
zipper.
He opened-
That-
and just like let it out.
Ew,
For,
that
like,
had to hurt.
is this a? No, I'm being
Wow.
honest. Is
Like
this a real
zip-
thing?
No, it's a
In
comedy
life?
show. It's a
Okay,
comedy
so
Yeah,
like
it's a
this isn't
comedy
like an
show,
actual
yeah.
like disorder or anything
Alright.
like that. Like somebody's not an
this
ever nude.
is without was showing you without
That's a
showing you.
disorder.
This is the account. So we have plugged her before. Her name is Hoppy Floppy.
Okay.
She's from Pennsylvania.
Hoppy-
she goes to a
boy.
lot of
Is she
different.
really?
Yeah. But she'll take like for this one the Star Wars. So it was like a Star Wars beer, the Jedi Mind Trick.
Oh man,
she'll
I
take-
can't do that.
I wouldn't expect anyone to.
I
But
mean-
this is like because the niche market is so small for women in craft
Right.
beer.
Okay.
That's actually pretty cool though. I mean, I do like her
And
hat
she-
there.
She gets insane amount of
Wow. Yeah, I'm sure
plugs
she.
and-
I'm
this
sure
is-
she does get an insane
Yeah,
amount.
this is the never nude. So she's wearing the shorts, but of course she cut them a lot
Okay.
more.
Yeah. And then there's the PA brunette, which basically
Yeah,
she just does.
So this was
this
the one that
Okay.
caught my attention.
Oh,
So this is
Oh,
actually
all
Rotunda.
right.
Rotunda is they're
I
actually
heard
from,
of Rotunda.
Yeah, they're from like very close to us, and
Annville, yeah.
she did like one for
But
them.
now is there like anybody like from Schuylkill County who poses? With
I don't think so.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, we got to think of something tonight, guys. Like this is gonna be.
Oh
our
yeah,
mission. This is
we're
our
gonna
mission.
brainstorm.
We're on a mission.
Not tonight, Krystal.
No, it's always it's always the
Charlie's
night.
beer angel.
I like
Charlie's
it. No,
beer.
I don't need. No,
We're gonna
we
be
have.
walking at a Club 54 saying, "Let's do it. Let's do this."
Right here.
I got a keystone.
I always end up. Why do we always end up in Club 54? Can somebody tell me that?
That's great.
Why?
I follow you there. I don't.
I like.
I don't.
I have this like weird
I don't
thing.
like
It's
the
like I
smell of
always
it.
pull like a back door. Like I go on
No,
these missions,
no.
like adventures when I
Just-
drink. Like I leave the bar and
This-
don't tell anybody.
Yeah.
Like I will just like peace out. I'm like, guys, like I don't even tell
And
them.
you end up
She
paying-
knows.
I
She's just
haven't
like-
been on a crystal adventure in a long
Like,
time.
I actually, my friend
She's just
Dana
like,
refused to go with me to Mountain Valley. Like when we were younger, like she would not go to Mountain Valley with me. She's like, please, who else is going? Like, and I'm like, it's just me and you. And she's like, I'm not going. She's like, because you always leave me. Like I do.
How would
because
you get home?
I
You just-
don't
you take the
know.
car
Like,
and leave?
I'm gonna
She
be
got
honest.
on the back of
Oh.
a crotch rocket the one time and went home with some random guy.
No, I didn't go home with him. I got, excuse me, I got dropped off at
You got
Okay.
dropped
Tower.
off?
Well,
Yeah.
I got dropped off at my
ride-
next location.
Yes.
My
on the
party was
fender.
not
She was
over.
riding on the
Yeah.
fender.
Yeah. My 20s were a little wild. Daxton happened. He needed to happen when he did.
Yeah.
Let's just put it that way.
It turned the knob down.
Right, but I'm a
You
now
were
I'm
at
a
11
seasonal.
and you went down to a 2.
I am a seasonal drinker now.
Yeah.
Like so, like, but when I go out on that season,
11
it's
to
not
rip the
good.
knob off, but then you put the knob back in.
Yeah, it's right.
And then you go
That's
22.
good. Like, okay, I see.
It's
like,
all or nothing with her.
It's
She
Yeah.
all or
can't
nothing.
just, she
Definitely is.
can't
It's all or
just
nothing.
sit and
You're
have
like-
like one or
You're like
two.
Frank the Tank.
You are
Yeah,
out with
she
like
is.
if you are out.
Yes.
So I
You are
say
out
all the
with me so
time.
often.
when it touches your lips.
And then
I
she's
say all
off.
the time to her. Well, I don't know if I've ever said it to you, but like I say it to my sister and stuff. Like I'm usually her when I'm with my sister and everybody else. But when I'm with Krystal,
You're like, I have to not drink because someone has to babysit.
I don't plan on not drinking though. That's the problem. I want to go
She's
out and like
right
adventure with
there.
her, but
Go ham.
something holds me back. Like, and I
Like, but I'm okay though. Like, I'm good. Like, I
we have
got
good
this.
times. I love
I
love it. I love
Like,
it. I
so-
don't.
so
We
never
never
know,
know.
like-
So when we get to do it, you're ready.
Like,
Go for
let's
it.
go.
One
So
minute we're
what
walking
is-
into Jim Thorpe, like notch 8, and next thing she's walking out with 4 bar stools.
Oh yes, I did. I
The
did.
hell?
Oh wait, let's do.
That's
I
Totally
gotta do a
blacks out
shout
and
out.
doesn't know. So
Gotta
she
do a
did those
shout out
things.
to Notch 8.
Not stealing.
No,
Just
We-
taking
so
them out, just be
have
like,
you guys
"Hey,
ever been to Notch
Barstool."
8, the
Never.
little microbrewery in Jim Thorpe?
Oh,
You guys
okay.
have to get there. So awesome place. I'm gonna give them a big shout out. So when they first opened, they had bar stools that the customers deemed not comfortable. So my motto in life is, well, if it's free, it's for me. He was getting rid of them, and I said, what are you like? What are your plans with those? What are you gonna do? And he pretty much said, like, I'm dumping them. Why? And I said, well, I want them. So I called Brian and I said, I need
would've
you
done
to
the
get
same
your
thing,
truck
yeah.
up to Jim Thorpe. Because they're
taking
getting
bar
rid
stools.
of like 4 like awesome like rustic farmhouse bar stools, and I want them. Like, let's
the
go.
hell, why not?
Came up and
Yeah.
we hauled them away. But awesome place if you have not been to Notch 8.
I
Like, they
don't-
have awesome food
I
and their
don't know
beers.
where in Jim Thorpe I was one time, but I know we all went up for a day, and Heidi was really upset with me because I got shit hammered. So we
Shit
went,
hammered.
shit
That's a
hammered.
new one.
Yeah, I don't know how it. where
I'm
it
just
came from.
cracking this.
Yeah.
Sorry, guys.
No, go ahead for it.
I'm a little thirsty. I don't,
We can go right to the.
Right in my stout.
Oh yeah.
Oh well,
Aw.
you'll like it. You'll like it. You'll like it.
She put it in my
You'll
Well, that's your rim. There you go.
I guess that's a code word.
the stout.
Right? How about I was like, she'll like it.
right in the stout.
Now right here, this is. Can I introduce this one?
Yeah,
this
this
is-
is
go ahead.
Natter
This
Days.
This is the natural light. Natter Days. Oh, I didn't know it said that on it.
Yeah.
It's strawberry.
I actually
It's
never had
strawberry
it yet.
lemonade.
It's really good.
Um,
I got that from the cake stand.
I think this was shipped in from somewhere.
Portugal.
Portugal.
It's a
Portugal.
it's a 13.7.
Oh my god.
I had it a couple weeks
For
ago.
those who
I could
like-
drink
You're
one,
sounding
it's
good.
all right.
I've never had
But
this.
It's really tasty.
It's
So,
very tasty.
so we're in Jim Thorpe.
I'm sorry. Yes.
That's okay.
Sorry. So
And-
you're with women. Like, it's like,
I know.
oh, a
You,
squirrel.
we owe it to you to keep us on track
I'm
because
trying.
we just keep going.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So we went into it looked like someone's house with like a bar, but the
Do we get-
bar,
do we get to keep these on a side note? Is that
the
nice?
cans, the glasses.
Yeah.
No.
No, because they were donated by a fan.
Oh, okay. That was
Yeah.
really nice.
But
you
you get the coasters.
yeah.
oh,
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'll take a
It's a
couple
little
extra.
something, but
Yeah.
it's something.
So we're actually giving those away tomorrow at Brewfest.
The
But-
coasters.
Yes,
The glasses.
the coasters.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm
And
not.
we get one.
My budget isn't glasses yet, but maybe one day.
We'll get
All
it.
right.
I think that we should donate some too because I have a friend that does this.
Yeah. Let's do
That
it.
would
I'm
actually-
gonna etch it.
Yeah, that was
There we go.
a girl I work with. She's a huge fan of the show, and we first did it. We had like different
I
glasses,
like Natter Days.
and she
Ugh.
not a fan of it.
No, guys, stop. Oh my god.
she is killing you.
This tastes like water compared
Yeah.
to the other
They-
stuff.
compared to the other ones.
Woof. That is
So-
not an IPA.
I took
So
that
we
to
go-
a brewery the one time, and just as a joke, because there's like sampling tables whenever you go to these breweries, because you're waiting for the release and you're waiting for bracelets or whatever, and people are like, "What the fuck? Who brought the Natter Days?" I'm like, "Ah." And funny thing, I cracked it open. I just like poured a little bit. I just started.
But
sipping
isn't
on
there
it.
another one, another
I
Natter
like
Days, or is this
it.
the only one?
I don't know.
Might be the only one.
Yeah,
It's
that
so
might be
smooth.
the
Listen.
only one. Yeah.
We
But
can
people are
always
like, "Holy shit! It was great
It's a
for what it was
5.2.
worth."
Right.
Yeah, like,
I'm
what
just
the
not a
hell?
fan. Like, if you're gonna give me natty, I want natty ice.
Oh my gosh, no.
Laura held my hair back one night for
Wow.
like 5 hours when we drank natty ice.
So you want it again. You
Yeah.
want that.
Like, you always go back to what is bad for you in life, right? Like, it's just how it goes. Give me the natty ice.
Yeah.
Like,
Yes.
like
That
Brian.
was
Brian
before-
was like not good for me at first, and I just like kept going back and chasing him in Shenandoah all over the place. Like, whose place? Like,
Yeah.
I like
I remember having to drive you over to whose place
because there wasn't Uber at the time.
there wasn't.
There was
am-
no such thing as Uber,
I
guys.
still
Like,
don't
we
think
had
there's Uber in School County.
we had
Who
Nokia
are
9900.
you finding as
We
Uber?
talked before we came here. She said, "We'll just get an Uber." I said, "I've been on the Ubers in Washington D.C., all these cities. Okay, we call the Uber."
I bet you an Uber takes like 2 hours to get here.
No, it doesn't. I
Here's
had a
the
woman
thing.
from St. Clair who was trying to fund her Disney
I'd
trip. She was
rather-
awesome. I loved her.
You
I'd
got
rather
lucky.
take an Uber in a big city than in Schuylkill County.
Yeah.
That scares me. I don't know why.
God, guys.
We would
We would be better off just walking to the Turkey Hill and
We did that before.
We did. Me and Krystal got a ride home to Monterey City,
Yes.
just sitting outside of the Turkey Hill.
Shout out to George Butt Cabbage. We will never
Oh,
ever forget. We
George.
were so
Yeah.
Oh,
we
wow.
were so happy that George got us safely
But we
home.
didn't even realize it was him until
No,
halfway.
no. Laura didn't.
That's
Well,
great.
I remember the exact spot on Potsy Hill when we remembered, like, oh my gosh, this is George Butt Cabbage. Like, it was great. And like, we instantly were like, okay, we feel a lot safer now.
we were walking up to
Thank
Gold Star.
God.
My car broke down. We were walking up to Gold Star, and Heidi and we were like, my car. It was the middle of the night, and some guy pulled over and picked us up.
You were walking up why were you walking up the Gold Star?
because my car broke.
Oh,
down.
your car broke. Okay.
Yeah, so we were coming
Did I
up the
miss
hill
that?
into
Yes.
yeah. And this guy picked us up, and we were in like a pickup truck. So like we all like crammed in his little, which is even creepier.
Yeah.
And he reeked like weed, but I wasn't gonna say nothing because we were getting a ride home. And he took us home. I was like, thank you so much. And I don't have no idea who he was to this day.
Oh my gosh, I
You
hope you
just
find
never
him to
know.
thank him.
You
Yeah.
never know.
So anyway, Jim Thorpe.
Yes, I know. Oh
Yeah.
my gosh, you and this poor story.
Listen, so we get to Jim Thorpe, and it's like a small bar that literally has 2 bar stools, and it's like someone's house. And this guy has Jameson, but it's like the black label, like the way more expensive version of Jameson.
So was it like
Is it like a
a
cast
fancy
member?
restaurant that you were in?
Kinda.
Yeah.
It might have been. We
It
stumbled
was in the back. It's like
but you could
absinthe.
sit in an alley to drink. Like there's an outdoor sitting area, and it was like
Okay.
in an alley, and you can kind of sit there and
Did
drink.
you have to like walk past the bike shop and then head up the alley?
Yes,
I went there to eat. They have
Yes.
really cool artwork on the wall.
I think so. It just looked like someone's
Yes,
house.
yes.
It looks like
Yes,
someone's
it
house.
looks like yeah.
Was it the Staben Museum?
No idea.
Okay.
But anyway,
If
I
you
walked
said the
in
name, I know, but
and
it
I
was
said,
amazing.
"How much is the Jameson with the black label?" And he goes, "Single or double?" And I went, "Double." Now, normally a single shot of that is pretty up there, and we're in Jim Thorpe, so I thought it'd be even higher. He's like, "Double, I don't know, $6." And I went,
boy.
"I'll take 3."
Yep.
Oh my
Wow.
god.
And I got smushed that day.
Yeah,
Heidi
Jameson
was
is
so
evil.
angry at
I
me.
probably would have been too.
She's like, "This is supposed to be a nice day of us walking around." Jim
And you
Thorpe."
That
ruined it.
same place,
Yeah.
they bring the food out and you share everything.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah,
Oh,
they
damn.
put it all in the.
I do
yeah,
remember like
it's
where the bar
very
was.
good.
There was a big sit-down restaurant.
Mhm.
Like
Very
not big,
cool.
but it was
There's
some. It was
just
like
all
a
this
kitchen.
different artwork on the wall.
We
I
only
can't
live, like,
remember. Me
20
and my
minutes from
Aunt
there, and
Joanna
we
Vicky
never
and
go.
Her friend Lucy went there.
I wonder I wonder really if it is the Staben Museum. Like there's Moya, there's that. There's
Moya. It was Moya.
Was it
It
Moya?
was Moya.
Yeah,
Yeah.
like we actually have not been to Moya yet. Like
Mhm.
we all right, we're ready for the next bear.
No,
We're
you're
ready.
good. Well, Laura, because you dumped the last.
Well, she liked it. She
Yeah.
said she liked it.
Well, I
though.
want to save it for later.
Oh my. Well, I think. Do you want like a
Oh.
Yeti or?
So this is the Skittle bear.
Okay.
I can't just.
And there's a
you're-
bowl on it with
you're
a Skittle
killing me.
rainbow.
But you
there's
like
a
it.
Yeah,
rainbow
like a
tongue on
Gene
it.
Simmons Skittle tongue.
Yeah.
I'm back
You
in
like
here
it.
That's
for
Oh
pretty
my
cool, but it's kind
God.
of scary at the same time.
You're really doing this.
Yeah.
You psychopath. You.
She wants to preserve it. She wants to keep it.
Ben just comes out of nowhere. You psychopath.
Thank you, Tanner Martin, for
Called
that.
out.
You psychopath.
Oh my
Homage to
God.
Tanner Martin.
So what
Too
was
good.
what was your first? I know you kind of told a little bit of yours, but what was your first introduction to craft beer? Used to.
I hope not today. No, I'm only
No,
kidding.
definitely not today.
No.
Zach
Yours would
has
be
taken me
Pittsburgh,
many
right?
places.
Yours would be the Pittsburgh. one.
I'll
No,
tell it your
it'd be
cup
before
nice.
that. I go places I just don't. Me
She
and
don't
Zach
know
have
what
tried
she
so
does.
many different things.
As long as there's beer in front of you.
I go
good.
for the food, but then when I walk in, I'm like, look at all the beer.
Yeah.
So,
There you go, Ben.
and then I don't even know if I'm drinking craft beer,
Really?
but I know
It's just beer.
the thing. It's just beer
Yeah.
to me. It's all just beer to me.
Mhm.
So it either tastes good or it doesn't.
But you're
The
learning
very
so much
first
today.
craft experience that I had
Yeah.
was up at the tap at Humboldt.
I love that place.
Oh,
Yes.
yeah,
Yes.
too. It's
Tap is good.
awesome.
And guess what I walked out of there with?
A
A
bar stool.
turntable.
Oh my God, I will never
A bar
forget
stool, I
that. She
said.
legit walked out with a turntable though. It's
It was
not
their
a joke.
opening night and they were doing like free chances and they like pulled my ticket and I walked out.
Laura
with
got a turntable. And
Yeah.
she's like,
it plays records.
Yeah, like
and she's like,
and
what
I
am I
gave it
gonna
away
do?
at a white elephant exchange.
Like
No,
it
was
had,
a brand
like,
new
the
one.
labels.
solid base.
No, it had the labels of like
That's a sour.
the beers that they
You
were
scumbag. You
promoting.
You
I
scumbag.
remember when you got that though, and I was
Sour
like telling
ale,
you not to
natural,
get rid of it.
artificial flavors.
I know.
Read, Tony.
But
read.
I was Marie Kondoing my house and I had to it had to go.
She
All right, so
knows everything.
This is.
Are we talking about
besides-
Marie Kondo?
So,
I don't know if I want it.
the rainbow.
That's like- a yell.
Guys,
so this is. Wait.
My God.
Wait.
What? I
So-
don't like any smell of it so far.
So this, I didn't know this was here. Ben knows I'm not a huge fan of sour
I
beers.
hate sours.
I thought you
Amanda.
did, though.
That's what this
I'm
is.
drinking this right now for Amanda because she loves sours, and I'm like, oh,
This is-
how? This is a sour?
Yes.
Someone's getting it dumped in their cup.
That's why she goes, ah!
Uh-oh.
It kind of tastes like my grandmother's perfume.
Oh,
So you
Sarah.
drank your grandmother's. This ain't good.
All right,
I'm waiting
so
when it first hit the taste buds. That's my response.
Oh, this
I
is
can't hold that
just-
stuff back.
just,
Do you like Oh my god.
that was-
Ben, do you want this?
Yes.
Please.
If you're
Oh my
okay.
god. All right.
Crystal, you've given away every single beer.
Only
you've
two.
tasted.
Guys.
How do you feel about that?
It's like she's on Jenny Jones. She's Jenny Jones, and she's like, "How do you feel about that?"
so
We're bringing back the '90s. Yeah.
I used to bring out a proverbial microphone every time I went
You
out.
Yeah.
Yeah, you did, and she would go up. She would get up in people's faces.
and like
My
interview
fake
them.
mic.
Oh my
your fake
God.
And then I'd
microphone.
sometimes go,
Yeah.
it's not working.
So my favorite thing to do in crowded places, I don't know,
Yeah, you
I
can
don't
take
always
them.
do it, but like
Okay.
we did it
If
at.
you really need to go,
I
go
got-
ahead.
Not,
Just
no, just
Okay.
asking.
she's asking about
Did you
take
really?
pee breaks?
relieving yourself.
Oh yeah, upstairs to the right if you need.
I
I
to.
actually-
actually relieve myself.
I gotta go
Hey,
pee too.
I'm just saying. I'm trying to put it nicely.
I didn't know if like you stopped and like
No,
I don't.
you
I
just
don't know
go.
what your definition of
pee.
relieving is,
It
or
said-
peeing. It's
it
like
said,
I said
"Do
we
relieving.
take
I'm like,
pee?"
well,
What
not
else would we
like
do?
stuff. I don't know.
All right.
Like,
Anyway,
Or get weird. All right.
oh my god.
Back on track.
Are
So-
you, are you going pee?
so
Everybody on YouTube knows now.
yeah.
Oh, I don't
Okay,
care.
that's cool.
So
No.
sour beers. Her exact reaction was my first reaction.
Yeah.
I didn't scream like she
Yeah.
did, which was
She yelled.
That was actually really funny.
it was amazing.
That was worth it.
So sour beers to me have a really, really, really pleasant aftertaste. But that initial, it hits like gland
Oh,
back
no.
there.
Yeah, and you're like,
No.
"Ooh."
I
Yeah.
don't think anything about it is pleasant.
Yeah. There's some sours that I've had that is like, oh my god, like you're like, oh, and I make the face, and then I go, oh my god, okay, that has a really decent aftertaste. So
You know what I should have brought? I should have brought the Goza with Himalayan pink salt and Skittles.
That's no.
No,
that's
no joke. It tasted like legitimate Skittles. You tasted all of them, but it wasn't a sour.
So the salt kind of counteracts it.
So here's a funny
Yeah.
thing to do with
That's pretty
Skittles. So what you do with Skittles?
Put them in
and-
Zima.
no.
Jolly Ranchers
You
in Zima.
put Skittles in a bowl and
Okay.
then dump a bag of M&Ms in the same bowl as the Skittles and and mix them up real good. If someone is take a handful of that and throw them
Oh,
all in
and
their
they're
mouth at the same time,
expecting
Oh,
it.
that's
It's
just mean.
it's like the worst taste of all time.
That's
Yeah.
just
like
mean.
separate M&Ms are amazing and Skittles are amazing, but if you try to eat them together,
Yeah,
they say it's like
not
tasting
good.
like,
Oh my
it's like
god!
licking a dirty foot. They say
A dirty
Wait a second. Hold on a second. So you said about licking a dirty foot, and you said about drinking your grandmother's perfume. What? How do you guys know what that tastes like?
Did you lick your own feet, Tony?
Have
I
you?
admit it.
You're
That's
tasting
weird.
the smell.
I think that's what it would be like.
Yeah, because it makes
I
sense.
was
'cause
making
you're
an-
smelling it and you're tasting it in the back of your mouth,
Okay.
the back of your throat.
Maybe.
yeah.
All right.
I'll go with that.
I was just curious.
And then if you, like some reason like you got really wet, you're like, and you press your tongue on.
What is the weirdest thing
roof
you
of
ever
your
ate?
mouth.
Well, let's talk about that. What's the weirdest taste you ever had?
The weirdest taste.
Weirdest taste.
I don't know because I really don't eat like a lot more than pizza.
She's a very no.
I'm a picky
Let's
eater.
talk about the pepper that you put in your cereal.
That was years ago. That was years
You
ago.
put
I
pepper
just
in your
enjoy
cereal?
pepper. I
You
used
put
to
it in
put it in my
cereal?
cereal.
You ever see people that put pepper in their beer?
No. Well, wait.
That's
That's actually not like super far fetched because
It's
of Bloody
supposed-
Marys. Like
well,
think
not
about a
just
Bloody
that. It's
Mary.
supposed to keep the head. I don't know. Mr. Mushroom does it. Bobby's dad. He
Yeah.
puts pepper in all of his beer.
You know, you could just go like this with your finger if you have oily skin. My skin's actually dry, but I could still make it work. You just take your finger and swipe it across your forehead and put it in the foam, and it instantly goes down.
Really?
Yes.
That's with like
Your
cold,
face
like you
grease.
do that with
Yeah, your
soda,
face
and it
grease.
just,
You know about
and
that
it's like,
Yeah.
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 Done.
Then you just
like,
Yeah.
No.
There you
put a
go.
little face grime in there and
You
it
just-
tames it down.
Exactly. Yeah, that one was not good.
So
Not a fan.
all right, so we're gonna go back to Great Notion, the sticky bun. Now, usually with your stouts, you kind of let them warm up a little bit. Like if there's something with like peanut butter, you don't drink them really cold because you don't taste the flavors in a way. If you taste it cold, the peanut butter is not there. If you let it go at room temperature, you can taste the peanut butter. It's phenomenal. I feel like the sticky bun could actually, believe it or not, if we let it sit for a little while, we'll give it another taste test again. See if we get a little bit more of the cinnamon or anything out of that then too. So it's like if you're ever wondering if you're gonna try something with peanut butter in it,
Right.
stout wise.
Isn't there one by Sweet Baby Jesus? Isn't it called?
Exactly.
I did not like it.
Give it another shot, but let it go
I
at
might
room
have
temperature,
to.
like in a little sipper glass.
Right. It's
Just
just
like a taste
hard
test.
because like
Put it in a sippy cup.
I feel like when you have like a taste for something, like
Mhm.
my taste buds are so different. I just want like give me all the hops. Like I
Fair
can't.
enough.
Yeah, like sours. Like I'm like it almost hurt to drink.
Yeah, sours are tough for me.
Acquired,
Yeah.
but you know, it is what it is.
This is kind of nice to be educated a little bit because I know
Wow.
which wines I like to drink
I'll just drink
cold and which ones I like at room
Sucks, but-
temperature. So
Oh.
I didn't
I can't
realize you
beat
could
that.
do the same thing with
Yeah.
beers.
You can't win them all.
Do we?
You can't win them all.
What are you looking at?
Someone in the chat said, "That's my mama. I'm coming over to say hi."
Who said that?
Well, they live in Frackville and they called you their mama.
Me.
Yeah, he does look like a baby with a beard.
Who is it? Who is it?
It's Josh.
Oh my god.
Oh, God.
Oh,
My
oh.
best buddy.
Yeah.
Where is he?
If he shaved all of his facial hair, he would look like. a
Yeah,
giant-
he does. Like I
He'd
always
look like
say,
a
like
giant
he's like my
infant.
child.
Yeah.
He is
Dancing
like my
baby.
literally he's my
Who,
child.
Richmond.
No.
Brzezinski.
Oh,
Run.
like what?
What?
Well, they live up here. Well, Jen did.
Run was like
Shout out to the Richmonds.
No.
Love yous all.
Run was like a staple in my house for like a year. Like I just feel like he was like living there. I was cool with it though.
Yeah.
Like he is like one of Brian's friends that like I could like legit say that I love.
Mhm.
Like he's awesome. So all right. Dada. All right, next beer. Let's do it.
All right.
What do you think? Wait, I know
All right. Go ahead.
consensus was just like no,
Oh,
Meh.
sorry. Yeah, sorry.
Meh.
but again, sours are acquired. I'm not saying I like sours. I can deal with them,
That's my sour face.
but
This is mine.
I mean, that was super.
Yeah,
you were
That was
like
hilarious.
when it literally like hits your glands, it's
I should have brought the
She
doors
went-
up.
she
Put it that way.
literally-
That would have been like it was like straight up
She went-
Skittles. Like,
Yeah.
I'm not even kidding you. No, she was just like, like,
Yeah, you were
like Yelp? What?
You were like Kevin McAllister.
But
when
isn't the rainbow?
That's
The rainbow
Aftershave.
used
You're
to be
the
more
aftershave.
pleasant,
I
right?
Yeah, but that
Yeah.
was it.
Yeah.
It was just
I was-
super.
I
But you
was
have to like
thinking-
sours. Like Amanda would love that. She would love that.
I've never clipped a section of a show before, like to put on. But I think her tasting the sour. I'm gonna-
No,
I
we
feel
gotta
like
keep
when it
it on
happened,
there.
I was in my own world.
Yes, you
yeah,
were.
that's
Yeah.
made it funnier. So here's what happened. I
That's
drank
what
it.
happens.
I
just
drank
do
it, and I
stuff
went.
like that. It's weird.
I went, Ben, this is a fucking sour. And as I'm saying it's a sour, because I try to warn people before they drink a sour because it hits you in the mouth.
It does.
It's kind of like
And
no,
as I say, it's a sour, and you say,
like slow
Ben, read it
motion.
again. Cilla just goes, no!
Yeah, that was pretty good. That was
best
good.
reaction ever.
That was
We're
good.
doing first. Best reaction ever.
Epic. Epic.
Well, the show's not over.
All right.
No.
Pulled over on the Maria Road to fistfight a deer.
What?
That's what I'm reading.
You
Stop.
psychopath.
Stop saying everybody's a psychopath. No, I mean I am a psychopath. I will own it. But I did not. Like, why do guys make up weird lies?
I don't know.
Like Brian was doing that the entire ride up
We
here.
just
Why do you
talked
guys make up
about
So
this.
that was
weird
probably
lies?
Brian.
No,
saying
he
that.
said
That's
that
Josh.
it was Josh.
Oh.
Like I did not. I've done like I've definitely done weird things.
We've been on the Maria Road with masquerade masks on our faces. coming
When did
from
we do
Pineview
that?
Acres.
Oh my god. Let's not talk about that night either. There's some nights I just don't like to talk about. Like there's definitely just some nights. I try to really stay away from St. Patrick's Day.
How long have you all known each other, and when did this friendship become a thing?
Okay. Who's gonna
Okay, so
They knew each other.
her
for-
grandmother and my grandmother are sisters.
Okay.
So we're
Okay.
cousins.
Okay.
And Krystal has always been
Like
Laura's
Laura's,
best
like-
friend.
yeah.
I'm
Since like
talking
fourth
we're-
grade.
Yeah, little.
Yeah,
So
We did have a break in our friendship though.
Oh,
there was a break.
What?
I was a bit of a
Laura was a bully.
strong personality.
Strong personality.
Are we gonna
Was
tell
this
the-
She,
in
like,
the
wanted
honeymoon
me-
stage?
We were young. We
No,
were
this
super
was young.
Like she didn't even want me to come to her birthday party at Clubs and Cones. It was like that bad.
Oh.
You guys remember Clubs and Cones, right?
No, where was that at?
In the
Schuylkill Mall.
Fractal Mall. Yeah.
So like Laura dared me to jump off like her basement steps. There were like 3 steps up, and she wanted me to jump from the 3rd step down. And I like when I was younger, I was kind of like I was scared. I was scared of
Yeah.
everything, and I like wouldn't do it. And she kicked me out of her house. But then a couple years later, I kind of got her back because then I started getting bold, and I put
Yeah.
a piece of gum in her hair,
Oh,
Yeah.
nice.
yeah.
and it never came out. And I mean, like that was
yeah, it was
yeah.
karma.
And I told her it was accident, but it wasn't.
It wasn't.
But
Like
it
I
wasn't.
said,
But
watch.
it-
I said I had a new magic trick, and
Ultimately, we rekindled our friendship.
did.
We got like the balance, you know,
We
tit for
did.
tat.
and it was
We
like
moved on.
right. So we were
At
like,
how long did it take?
no, I mean like that was like
Not
stupid
really.
stuff.
It
I mean we were
wasn't.
like young, like we never had like serious.
But
like,
how long was the split up?
It was only a couple months, I would say.
Yeah, like that was it. Like we were just young.
Mhm.
Like our group of girls, like we're pretty solid. You know, like I don't think that we've ever really had any. Like we're good.
And I kind of like
Now-
love this like the connecting of you two later
Yeah.
on because
So
me
Because
and you
now
were
we
like
get to see
riding
each other
around
more.
on
Yes.
golf carts like
Well,
when we
that's
were
the thing.
young.
yeah, like they
Vera
had
would come down every Sunday to play poker at Graham's house, and
My grandmother's.
yeah. So then she'd bring Laura and Krystal, and we were little.
Mhm.
We would drive the golf cart around. You always wanted to be the veterinarian, so you're open for animals to help. Like we were always doing something, and we remember all those.
like I remember swimming in
Yeah.
the pool. Like I remember like hanging out with you and Whitney, but it wasn't like as clear as day.
The boner day.
I
know you remember the boner
I
day.
definitely remember that.
I
Thing.
always-
Boner
we just
day.
like not.
We can't say no names.
We
about
can't.
the boner
Okay.
day. But we were little.
We were
and
little.
One of our friends was getting out of the pool, and I pointed right at her. But was like, he has a boner.
Cilla, like she had like no bars held. She was like
I
what,
still don't.
like 9 years old.
And you can't say who had the boner?
No, we would never want to
We
do
would
that
never
to
do that.
somebody. But it was actually pretty funny.
So I remember growing up, I didn't know.
It was the boys' home.
It was, I hope so. I hope so.
Guys, it couldn't, but it couldn't. She had a point. But wait, there's one more connection. I'm
At
not.
a point.
It was.
I always think it's super bad where it says where they're in the supermarket and they're talking about boners and like I wish I lived in a world where girls weren't afraid or thought our boners were weird. And they're like,
Oh my.
one day.
But it was a boy. It was a boy. Now, Cilla and I met, like Whitney and I lived, her sister Whitney, like we lived next door to each other. So like I really didn't talk to Cilla and Whitney like a whole ton. But then like when Whitney moved next door, like we started talking more. And then when Cilla moved next door, I think that like what was even the first night that like we drank together? Because like I really like, not that I would never approach them. I just never
Mhm.
like would have thought to like, hey, like we're gonna be like friends. But she came over my house the Christmas
Yeah.
the Christmas that was just, we're just gonna leave it. It was a shit show at my house.
It was
Like
Black Christmas.
no, it was that Christmas that you just never
But-
forget. Like it was
Yeah.
like
I didn't think it was that bad.
Like National
I've
Lampoon.
had-
like my family was just like
whacked out
things happened with my
Christmases.
family was just like crazy, and I was like, oh my gosh, like
But the Moscow
and-
mules were great.
the Moscow mules were great. No, so I was like, cooking up Moscow mules. I mean, we were drinking like a lot, and then like we just kindled a friendship. I mean, literally, Cilla was my neighbor, and then she became like a friend. I mean, she rushed over my house when I had my first son with cabbage leaves for my breasts. Like
I don't know. I always just
She
if
just
somebody
came-
needs me, you don't
yeah,
need to know
like-
me. I'll be there for you.
like
Mhm.
she is
Oh,
there.
yeah.
Like she came over, she cooked soup. Like with our second son, she came over with like a pot of lasagna. I mean, we've definitely had our crazy times. Like I often would think like, oh my God, we're going out. All right, I gotta like really prep myself for this, even though she was probably thinking the same thing. But like we just, it was a bond.
Mhm.
Like from day one, I was like,
Yeah.
she's awesome. And like now the three of us, here we are doing a podcast.
Yeah. So
Now we're a crew.
Yeah.
Now we're a
Golf
crew.
carts,
I knew,
Yeah.
I knew of Cilla just because her name. Obviously, you hear the name Cilla.
It's not a very common name.
Yeah, so I heard the name Cilla because I grew up. I didn't have many friends in my circle because I was kind of the weird, odd, nerdy kid. So the only kid I really hung out, I hung out with the Spruce Street crew, and that was like Amanda, Mike Cadu, Colette Blashock, Maggie Blashock, Katie Petridge, Elizabeth Northey, and that whole crew.
Yep.
But me and Mike, because we were like the only boys, we hung out all the time. And then Mike was friends with Chase,
yeah,
and its brother,
yeah.
Chase. And so I
Younger
remember they
brother.
used to like have sleepovers, And they'd be like, "Oh yeah, we're hanging out with Cilla and her friends," and I was like, "Oh, well, I didn't know," because that was like a different group. So I hung out with Chase every now and then, but when he was in the area, we hung out. I just remember being really funny. Like Chase,
He is still the
He's
same
just
guy. I
fucking-
mean, he has.
I think
his-
your whole family is just really funny. Like they're
Yeah.
just like the commentary and
yeah,
stuff.
it was
What-
hilarious.
It's we could just say something on a dime, like, and it's you don't have to think about being funny. Do you know what I
Yeah.
mean? Like
Yeah.
it just
He
comes
was,
right
he
out.
was the
Comes
kid that you're
out.
like, "Yo, this would be really funny if someone like climbed the fence and pulled their butt out."
Yeah, and he would
And
just-
he'd be like, "Got you guys." Like, he would
And he would
just-
do
yeah.
and he's still to this day he's in some bad times, obviously, but he still will call, and he's just the funniest fucking piece of shit.
Yeah.
I have no other way to
And I
put it.
don't, and I didn't. I
And
was
we
gonna.
laugh so
I
hard.
wanted to say that without saying it, but for how funny he was, if you were the brunt of his joke, he was fucking relentless. And there'd be
Uh-huh.
times you're like, "This fucking kid, I hate him." Like if he was your target, there was no letting up.
No.
He went for it.
No.
You know what I mean? And because he was always shorter, he always had big ass friends, so you couldn't do nothing about it. Like,
Right.
right?
Oh my
But he was.
God.
I always got along with him. Like, so he was a
Yeah.
cool kid. But I remember hanging out with Mike, and I remember hearing of her. And then I went to North Schuylkill, and I had 0 friends there. And then I remember seeing. I think we were in like a detention together, in Mr. Linder. Like,
Probably.
yeah,
ISS or detention.
it
one
was.
of them.
Yeah, it was. We were in Mr. Lindenboot's room.
Yes.
Yeah, and I remember being in
Yeah.
detention, and I got detention because this kid every day was like, "I'm gonna punch you in the fucking face. I'm gonna punch you in the face," and I just got sick of it. I stood up in the middle of Mr. Lindenboot's class and said, "If you're gonna punch me in the face, then fucking do it. Like, just get
And
it
then
over
you're
with."
the one that gets attention.
And I got fucking written.
Imagine
But
that.
the funny thing is so Monty area, if you got kicked out of class, you sat in the hallway,
right?
right? Or no, you go to the office. You got kicked out of class, you went to the office.
Yeah, I think you went to the. But there was
Yeah.
times I had to sit outside the classroom. I
Yeah,
remember.
but for the most part, every time I got kicked out, like, go to the office, get out of my face. So North Schuylkill, you're supposed to sit in the hallway.
Yep.
Didn't know that rule, went to the office and got myself in more trouble. And
Oh my
then
gosh.
I kind of just sat because I thought once you go to the hall, because it's like I was from middle school straight to high school, so I never had that transition. Because I didn't finish middle school at Monty area. I went from like 7th grade right to like the high school of North Schuylkill. And I remember sitting in the office, and then the bell rang, and I was like, "I'm gonna miss my next class. I hope they write me a note." And then I sat there for almost the whole period, and the lady's like, "What are you doing here?" And I was like, I got kicked out of class. I thought I had to see the principal. Like, isn't that how it works? And she's like, "No, you sit here till the period's over and you go back to class. I'm not writing you a note." So I went to the next class and then got another detention for being
Oh
late
my
for class.
God.
North Schuylkill was a horrible time for me.
They're 2 totally different schools.
100%.
Obviously, I don't know how they are now, but I
Yeah.
remember just transitioning over, and Monty area was way cooler.
I got
Way cooler.
Way cooler.
I was in a lot of fights in Monty area, but not really fights. Like, I got beat up a lot in Monty area. But when I hit my transition in North Schuylkill, where I just stopped caring and I fought back, because
Mhm.
like Monty area, when you got into a fight, the only time you got in a fight in Monty area is if you were in the basement or you're in the stairwells, and then it would be on your way home from school. They don't have the luxury of fighting after school because the school is not in the town that it's supposed to be in. So like, if you're 2 Monty area kids, you're like, "Oh, fucking behind West End, where you're done,"
Yeah,
or like,
yeah.
Yeah.
"I'm gonna fight you at the old school."
8th Street.
Yeah, 8th Street.
8th
North
Street.
School didn't have that luxury, so they just threw down in any hallway they found.
That's
Or
crazy.
the cafeteria.
Yeah,
Mhm.
they
You
didn't
used
even
to be
care.
Watching people
Like,
walk up and dump milks over people's heads
Yep.
and like smack them.
I
with
got
the
stabbed.
trays.
I gotta take my earrings out for a second.
I got stabbed with a pencil in the
That's brutal.
like my 3rd day.
That's just
They
ridiculous.
were messing with this kid. So here's what happened. I went to go sit at the tables where the bad kids sit by myself because I have 0 friends. So I went to North Schuylkill to play soccer, and the group of kids I grew up playing soccer with didn't like me. So they told everyone at the school to not like me. So as soon as I got there, I was just like automatically public enemy number 1.
Blacklisted.
Yeah. So I go and sit at the table of like, so I'm just away from, I like isolated myself. And then they're like, "You can't sit here. These are reserved for bad kids." I'm like, "Well, what do I got to do to get this table?
Mhm.
Do I got to smack you in the face?"
That's like awful though.
yeah. So they forced me with a table, a bunch of kids who were already picking on me, and they were messing with this kid behind me. And the kid thought I was the one picking on him. I just was just sitting there, just like ignoring it. And he thought I was the one throwing stuff at him.
Right.
And he had a pencil in his hand, and he was kind of already mentally unstable because North Schuylkill also
Mhm.
did have kids who crossed the border of different,
Yeah,
levels
there was
of,
a special ed classroom.
yeah. And so the kid literally just turned around with his sharpened pencil and buried it right in my arm. And I was just like, what? And I crushed, I hit him, and they're like, and then the fight broke out. And I'm like, they're like, why did you hit him? I'm like, it was just for reaction. I got stabbed.
Yeah.
And then, so then I came back to Monte area, and then like the same kids who kind of bullied me there, I was like, listen, I'm gonna let you know right now. I just did I was like doing years up in county.
Yeah,
20
it
over
takes
there.
time.
I was just in federal. You ain't gonna fuck with me in state. You know what I
Right.
mean? Like,
Yeah.
So I came back and I was just like, yo, this isn't happening. And the
Right.
teachers in Monte area were pushovers compared to teachers at North Schuylkill. Like they would just be like, yo, you're written up. We're Monte area students. The Monte area teaching to do that. So I just kind of ran ship. Like I just talked my way to everything. And then if I was getting missed with, I'm like, here's what's happening. I can take an ass whooping, but we're fighting, and you're gonna get sick of getting in a fight with me to the point you're gonna leave me alone. And then I met the littles, and then that were like the only group of
I
friends
remember
had.
them.
Yeah, they were the only group of friends I had. Like they
Super,
were
super nice guys.
Yeah.
Where are they at now?
2005. Kind of all over the place. So most of them live in Harrisburg.
Okay.
And then some are kind of scattered here and there.
Okay.
I kind of feel bad because like I graduated like 2 years below you.
Yeah, I'd never seen you in my life when I was there.
We
I
go
live-
in North
For
I
Schuylkill.
live-
some reason, I feel like that. Like I saw you with the Stife boys at one.
Well,
at least
That's my
one
cousins.
At least one point.
Yeah, this Jill, Johnny, and Adam are my cousins.
I used to hang out with Johnny and Adam all the time.
Yeah,
one
they're my
point.
cousins.
But I'm just saying though, like at least I would have known.
Actually, you know who my only friend
very
was
well.
in North Schuylkill? John Dancherson. Not now. His
I know
brother,
the
his
name.
cousin was Jim in Shenandoah.
Yeah.
John Danchin.
Yeah, Dancherson or something. But that was like the only,
Danchin,
that was
yeah.
like the only kid I hung out with there. Yeah, they were just fucking ruthless at North Schuylkill. Like that was a whole
I
different
think
level.
that they're like there's bullies everywhere though, because
Yeah,
like even like
North
when we were in
Schuylkill is
school,
totally
like we
different.
definitely had them, and like you don't ever forget them.
Yeah.
You just kind of hope that
Thank you.
No, but that was like a really
Yeah.
sad story.
that's
Yeah.
that's awful.
Well, no, it's
Yeah.
it was
I
high
will
school
find
kids
these people now. Where are you at?
Yeah, where is
Yeah.
everybody?
Yeah.
Where is everybody
I've actually,
now?
Find
I've actually
you.
made friends with a lot of like even when I came back to Monte area and I kind of got messed with a little bit and then they
No
just left me
reverse.
alone. But I mean most of the kids that were probably my biggest bullies growing up were now I'm cool with. But like I was kind of
That's
in a group,
usually how it is, though. But like,
I was also in a
the
group
whole
of
bullying
friends.
thing aggravates me with
Yeah.
I'm
having
like I
children.
hold grudges.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I was
now
in-
that
I'm not a
Yeah.
grudge holder at all.
having
Yeah, I'm
children,
not.
it's like you
It
put
is.
yourself at a whole
Yeah.
different point of view.
But I was also in a group of like so I instead of getting picked on, I kind of
This
started
is sour
gravitating with
because there's
the
like
bad
lemons
kids.
and limes on
For
it.
Larry White.
This is the gin fizz.
This is the one that you told me is gonna taste like the gin and tonic.
Yes. You don't
like
want
the
gin tonic?
jizz.
It's the gin.
No,
it's
I'm
the
gonna
jizz
tell you,
bear.
I
The
actually
jizz beer.
do you know who I think
You
of?
remember that Jizz Fizz?
Like, what?
I'll let you know in a few minutes.
Oh my god.
But I hung out
Oh.
with I hung out with the bad kids
Guys, you are killing me tonight.
to not get picked on and beat up anymore.
Yeah.
That was like my defense mechanism. You can finish that off. So one of my other good friends growing up besides Mike Cadu was Doug Waugh.
Absolutely.
yeah.
I love Doug.
So I hung out with Doug so I didn't get picked on like because most of my people that were picked on me were part of Doug's circle. So when I hung out with Doug, I got picked on, but then it was like he's part of our group. We're
Yeah.
the only ones that can pick on him. So it was less
Yeah.
alleviated.
Yeah.
But Doug was funny. And then when Doug would fuck with me when the rest of his friends were around, I would just go hang out with Jen Long
Yep.
and Janine
Yeah,
Long
yeah.
and Jen Wah. And they're like, why are you fucking hanging with my sister? I was like, first off, I'm young. They're high school girls. They're really, really hot at the time. Like, and you guys are fucking with me, so I'm gonna hang out with them. Like,
Why not?
Yeah, but I love like that was like my hangout spot. If I wasn't at Doug's apartment or his house where he was at, then it was with Cadu. They were like my go-tos. Yeah,
All right.
old Monty City stories.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Oh man.
Oh, we got tons
I
of
got
All
that.
right,
them.
so this is the jizz bear.
The jizz beer.
Oh, this is gonna be
Gang to the
The
jizz
jizz.
beer.
Berliner Weiss with gin, botanicals, orange, blossom, water, lemons, limes, and
There's
milk
zero
sugar.
beer taste in that.
zero.
That's like an even
Guys,
lighter.
who are you people?
So that's even
Where is
lighter.
the hops?
Yeah, that's even lighter than if you were to have like a Bud Light lime.
I like this better.
Yes. Bud Light Lime.
I like this better
Does
than
remind me.
the Skittles one.
Bud Light Lime a little
So
bit.
what is
Fair
that?
enough.
What is that percentage on that?
Percentage is
I don't know how I feel about it right now.
6.8%.
That would fucking ruin your day.
I-
6%. That's
6.8%.
6.8 with no booze taste. You can crush like 3 cans and you're smashed.
Oh yeah. Ooh.
They're trying to give that away.
Really?
That's how bad it was. Like people are like kind
They
of
didn't like
pissed
it?
about it. Yeah,
I like it.
I like it too. I mean,
I like the can. It's all pretty.
So when I seen this can, I thought it was a wrestling ring. I thought that was the turnbuckle, and I thought they were the ropes.
Oh, I could see that. Yeah.
Okay, there you go.
So
I
this is
could see
actually
it.
no, this one's not made. So other half, they do a lot of collaboration beers. So what they do is they'll find like another brewery and make a beer with them. So like they're both get their brewery names out there.
Okay.
So the very last beer, and actually, yeah, the very last beer we have is going to be one of those collaborations.
Can we add something else on that has hops in it at the end?
Yeah, I could do a hoppy beer.
Like a really hoppy beer. Because this is what I want these guys to like.
You want a hoppy?
That's
I
gonna
want-
be revenge because it's gonna go right in there.
I just
I don't
want
really
is-
care for a hoppy beer, but
Just-
I'll
let's
drink
just
it.
try it.
Yeah.
Let's
No, I'll
try it.
drink
We
it.
can make this happen.
Oh,
We're gonna
Ben's
make a
busted-
guest
Ben's
appearance.
busted out the back.
I'm gonna blame you.
All right,
I
first
have
off, here's my
eggs.
You'll be
question.
fine.
Oh, okay.
Get the chicken and rice.
Whoa, where did
Get the
this
chicken
come
and-
from?
Get chicken and
Or
rice.
the cheddar and broccoli.
Get
Cheddar
chicken and
broccoli.
Oh,
rice.
that's a
I'm sure-
pretty can too.
Chicken and rice.
Cheddar and
Do you want to take all
broccoli.
the cans home?
I do.
Oh no,
I like
keeping
He's a
sick.
You
can-
could give them
He's
the
a
beer to
can keeper.
stack
Oh,
up like
okay.
blocks.
Like what I would do, like what I'm gonna do is, I'm actually gonna get my own table. Like I get my own table and actually get some of these labels and paste them on, kind of like similar to this.
You
And then-
you bite my idea, you fucker.
Yeah. Well, it's
This is neat.
sincere
This is-
form
Yeah,
of
it's
flattery.
actually really cool.
Yeah, so I have like a lot of like on the back of the laptop is done too.
There's
So,
this guy just staring at me, just saying bitch.
oh, that's from Breaking Bad.
He ain't wrong.
So this section here was my section. So what we used to do, what we did at the start is when we used to do the show, the camera was like out facing the table, and then when we talked, we kind of like leaned down the table and talked to each other.
Mhm.
And I didn't really like it, so I kind of made it towards like how it is now.
Yeah, I like
So
it.
It's more
I
eye
like it,
contact.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But each side of the table was kind of for each person. But yeah,
So did you put all this together?
this was mostly my section. So like there's a lot of Batman, Beatles,
Okay.
Aerosmith.
So everybody
Okay,
had
we're
their
gonna do
own.
like a choose your own adventure.
Oh my! Oh, I love this. Look at
Okay,
this. It's
we're
great.
gonna do it just because it's banging beers with bitches, bees cubed.
I already know what they
All right, whatever you were
Thank
going
you.
for there. it worked.
Okay,
Thank
so
you.
we got quite a
Body
bit here.
babes.
I have to go to the bathroom.
Me
Again.
too.
Just
Oh
go up
God,
the
I didn't even
Right.
go once.
I thought you just went up
That
there.
was
That was
Cilla.
me.
Where are you? Oh my! Are you all right?
She's trying to do like the Avengers Endgame challenge
Yeah,
and try and like
yeah.
set it out for like 3 hours.
All right.
I'm breaking the
Quick
seal.
break.
But
Yeah,
we'll wait
okay.
until we
Just
come
wait.
back.
Okay.
I think we should just do the chicken and beer and call it a day.
Well,
You gotta get fancy.
just one. It's a choose your own adventure. They can choose. It's all right. It's fun.
Krystal thinks she's all like high class because she's a like way far advanced for us in this
So-
department.
Normally we do 4 beers, but since you guys are having a ride, we'll go a little more.
Mm-hmm.
So far out of the 4, what one was your favorite?
Yes, go for
Well, you all know this one was my favorite.
no.
Ah! Does this
That's
one
my favorite
count?
reaction.
No.
I kind of like this
thought
one.
I thought you would have went with this.
I know, but you know what? I can't like. It's good to sip on,
Mhm.
but I guess that's all you.
What
wanna
was
do
your
with
favorite
it.
of the
It's
4?
it's
Yeah,
those imperial stouts usually are potent, but
I'm gonna go with out of the 4, the last one.
Okay.
this one, the gin
Yeah.
fizz.
I would.
Mhm.
I was gonna go that one as well, but I really
what I'm
like the
going.
spoonful of gold.
I
These two are definitely
The
like
smell.
my favorite.
This one's smoother.
definitely smelled really good.
Like I
Yeah.
said, I had the Goza. I mean, when I opened it up, it was so pressurized in the can. Like when you hear it, I go, shh, it was literally shooting out. I had to put my mouth on the can, and it was like it filled
you had to
everything.
put your mouth on the can.
Yeah, like it
You
was
really
just
Fills
like
your cheeks.
it's so carbonated. I was just drinking it as it was going out.
You can get your mouth around a whole can.
Did you think you were doing a
Oh
whip
come
it?
on!
You get your mouth around a whole can.
No, like
No, don't do this one. We're gonna drink out of.
I didn't put it all on.
Just the tip.
All I heard was just
We're so
Ben can put his
Now
mouth
I'm
around a whole beer
going.
can.
Oh, are you going out
I
this
gotta
way?
go too.
Ben
Time
can put his mouth around a whole beer can.
No,
That's
I can't. No, I can't.
Adorable.
You probably
That's
can.
adorable.
That's adorable. Upstairs to the right. Oh my god, I feel so much
man.
better. I'm so ready now.
You good now?
Yeah, like I was starting to panic a little
I
because I really wanted to try to make it till the end.
I did like a 3.5 hour interview the other night, and about halfway through, I looked at her. I'm like, "We gotta take a quick break."
Yeah.
Because like the interviews are people like it's only
Yeah.
2
You
people.
don't realize how long like you're actually sitting here. Like
Yeah.
I don't even know what time we started, and it's like, look,
Is there a phone charger here?
I don't have one on me. No.
I actually
I think
I have
it's
one.
an
I have
hour.
one
I
in
just-
here.
I have a plug if you
That's
if you
good,
have to
yeah.
plug it in.
I have one in here with the plug.
What we will do.
Am I
Alright.
doing it? Jimmy?
Yeah, let them pick their adventure. When she comes down, I'm gonna quick pee, and
Yeah.
then I'll let them pick their
So
last.
we'll when everyone comes in, back
when
in,
they come back, bust this one out,
Sure.
and we'll go from there.
and then we'll do the choose your own adventure. We'll get that one ready anyway because it needs to sit.
Do what you gotta do. You're in charge when I'm gone.
Cool.
Choose
Fair
your own
enough.
adventure. Did you just come up with it now, or is that what you just call it?
Well,
No,
that's
he-
what
It
kinda
reminds me of
on
like
the-
Charlie the Unicorn.
This is like off the. This is
Please
like
tell me you
off
guys
the
know Charlie the
rails on the
Unicorn, right?
fly.
Okay.
This is,
Off the rails on the fly show.
by the
Well, it used to
way,
be, but-
this I'm gonna let you know now. This is a sour.
I will not
Why do
partake
you
in
have
that
to tell
adventure.
me? It
I
could've
could
been
do.
fun.
We could do one of two things.
That was
That's going down in history.
yeah.
so.
That so far out of all the Bangin beers we've done, that is very high in the list of one of my favorite moments.
The Yelp.
The fucking
The
sour,
Yelp.
the
the
sour
sour yell.
scream.
You have to do like a top 10 moments.
the sour scream.
I can't wait to watch it.
What
is
she
great, I
did,
know.
what she did with her emotions is exactly what happens in my head every time. Like when I
Yeah,
drink it, I'm
that's
like,
what happens though. Mine all come out.
yeah.
It's not. Sometimes it's good. Sometimes it's
It's
not.
a good thing.
So let me run this down. It's a sour strawberry crumble Imperial
Oh,
India
it's-
Pale Ale.
Oh, wait. So it is an IPA, but it's a sour too.
Yeah, it's an imperial. Yeah, it's
Right.
like double. It's like double. So
You good?
with
Yeah.
strawberry, coconut, maple syrup, almonds, graham cracker, and milk sugar. So
I'm just not a big sweet person.
The first beer so far was my favorite.
okay,
I think this one might come close as long as it says like IPA. Like I need.
because there's, well, we're gonna do the choose your own adventure here really quick. So you got Trillium. It's a triple IPA with Eldorado
Right
Pinot
there.
Gris juice.
Right
wait,
there.
wait. Let me
No, I
finish.
already like the look of the can. Can I
That's
just?
what the one I
Then
was
you
thinking
got
of the
chicken
bag.
and broccoli, just a regular India Pale Ale.
I don't like the name of the beer.
Wait on this one. Vanitas, double dry hopped buckwheat baklava Imperial India Pale Ale,
Yes.
pistachios and almonds.
Give me it all.
Can we just
All
try the
three.
Oh
label?
my god.
All three.
Oh
what?
my
No, we
God.
have to
Tony's
pick
just
one.
gonna be like,
General
no,
sign
then
one.
what? No.
Well, this is.
Tony
Should we
already
let
said
it
we
up
should
to
probably
her
pick
because
one.
she's
Yeah.
Why?
you're not impressed
How-
with the other
How
ones. So
this is so weird. Like I did not think that this was gonna be like, oh my gosh, this is so weird for me. I just don't like sours.
well, it's
It's
probably
okay.
like
It's okay. It is what it is.
at a wine tasting, like the more developed taste buds go for
Mhm.
the drier, whereas like the other ones go for like the
No.
less hoppy.
Do you agree with that?
Kind of in a way.
You're
you
a
have to. You
seasoned
kind
beer
of
drinker.
like when you drink it, you have to acquire a little bit of a taste in too.
Mhm.
I kind of like
Sours, I
describe
just
a little
can't.
bit of like flavor
I
profiles
think
and
we
all
should
that
pick,
too.
pick the
So-
demo can.
I want the phone
Oh, the
can,
phone can.
and
The
if it's
dialed up
and
triple.
if it's okay with you, I would like to keep that can.
I do have another can.
Let's
of this,
dial
so
it up.
like, I
Let's
could-
dial it up.
So
Oh wait, we have to do this.
So
one
guys,
next.
I'm just gonna
well,
yeah, let's
we're
do
gonna
that
add
one.
that on there.
Yeah,
Fair
so
enough. We got a good consensus.
Before we do start
consensus.
that, a triple IPA, obviously, like you have your straight IPA, you have a double IPA, and then you have a triple IPA. Okay.
Easiest way to remember that is
The triple IPA is going to get you the most messed up.
and it has triple the hops.
Yes.
So is that what that is?
It's triple the hops.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, we're not gonna like it.
Yes,
so
Well,
why
we're only
though?
drinking a little.
Yeah,
bit
we're
of
only
it.
But I
a
think
little
that
bit.
now that you've had other, like, I'm actually very
Hey
happy
Tony, guess
that
what?
you.
They
like-
want to do all three.
No, we decided.
Well, they
No,
don't.
No,
They're
I'm
just.
only kidding. No, I'm only kidding.
Well, that's
Like
fine.
I know.
We
I
have to
know.
go karaoke tonight.
I know.
Yeah.
Took my
Sorry
ear
about
off.
Yeah. I'm already getting my songs ready in my head.
What are you
Oh,
singing?
Are you guys
Always.
gonna karaoke?
I'll probably karaoke.
Now, what do I
My biggest
always
song.
sing? I'm gonna sing Queen, obviously.
Well, no, before you just had this
It's
like
always Shoot.
transformation, it was always Shoot by
Yeah,
Salt and Pepper.
but like now I'm back to classic
Can I
rock.
do shoot with you?
Yes, I know. Do you know every single word? It's like you're
Only
not
the,
gonna
only the girl parts.
only the girl parts. Okay, so you don't know the guy parts.
I have the guy part has one of the most offensive lyrics, but I think it's the funniest lyric of all time.
Okay, well, I mean, we
Do you know the
put-
lyric what I'm talking
I
about?
want you to quote it because I.
Yeah, I
know
think that-
I don't know it word for
Gotta
word,
clear
but
it out, man.
it says gave her 12 inches and had her screaming like a retard, and she goes,
Oh my- Do you know all these years that I have sung that? I never ever knew that that's what was said.
That's what he says. He
That
says,
is awful. I cannot ever sing that. I cannot.
so
I just can't.
What's your go-to karaoke song?
well, it depends on what kind of a mood I'm in. If I'm disgusted, it's
She
Alone
usually
by
is.
Heart.
Yeah,
No.
she usually. This was Laura's. Laura's ultimate quote, like we'd go out all the time and it'd be like midnight and we would be rallying, like we'd be ready to go, ready to party, and Laura's like, I'm so disgusted.
Yeah, because
Oh,
she
okay,
would drag me out at 5.
So
Because
the lyric,
you have to start at 5. You have to start at 5.
Yeah.
Like if you start at drinking at 5 p.m. when you are 21 years old, like you go to Mountain Valley, you beat the cover. First
Beat
of
the
all,
cover charge.
you're
yeah.
saving money. You're up there for happy hour, so you're getting the pictures. Like this is back in our day.
yeah, I've never been to Mountain Valley for a Mountain Valley night.
We
No,
like did it way
never.
too much, but now
Yeah,
I
we
mean
did.
obviously it's so weird because there's like always that one year that is like the cutoff, like where you just
You
don't
can never go back.
Like you
It
just
would
don't-
never
It's
You
like,
be
it's like going to
same.
roller roast.
Yeah, like
Yeah. No, I
that
should
is
go to
an
those.
it's like going to
Friday
memory
night.
no, like go to like memory
On the bus.
memory lane. Memory
Like,
lane.
Memory lane, yeah.
can't
Yes,
go there,
yeah,
you're barred.
Listen, I
just not the
honestly like
same.
like you go up one year and it's all of a sudden like you
It's all
are
of a sudden these girls that
you
were
are the
fourth grade,
old
they were a ninth
yeah
grade.
like you are
Yeah.
the
And you're
old
like-
fart.
Does that scare the fuck out of you?
It's awful.
It's like
So-
a
I
wake
get
up
disgusted.
call.
It's
I don't
awful.
get disgusted because of age doesn't bother me. I get disgusted because I'm like, you're up in here in my spot.
Yeah. Like seriously, like
Because you still
Yeah.
think
Yeah.
age doesn't bother you,
Yeah.
so you still think you're 21.
Yeah.
Like you're just
Yeah.
like you're like,
So I remember.
did anybody card these bitches?
Like,
but then
you were like
realize,
we were the
you're
party.
old.
Yeah.
like,
Yeah.
And it's like wow, like
And it's not that
We
they're
are-
taking over. It's
No,
not
but
that
I-
you feel
but
like
when
they're
you
gonna
get
take over your
drunk,
dance
though,
floor.
when you get drunk, you feel like they are like wow, who are you guys? Like we're old
I've
now.
always
We're
left before that,
old.
but before that, like I was
I
always,
never
I'd always
left.
look
Yeah.
around and be like, eh.
So here's the funny thing is it's because me and my brother are 11 years apart. So the younger crowd, they're like, oh my God, I remember the 90s. Like, bitch, you were barely alive.
Right.
And then all they like is like, oh my God, the fucking 90s were so cool. It's like, Austin, you were born in fucking 2001.
But in the same token, though,
Shut up.
but wait, in the same token, you have to give him a little bit of credit for like loving that era. Like
because I
know
forced them to.
when I talk,
Yeah,
like
yeah.
if I talk to somebody who's like younger, like me and my cousin Noelle the other night, we're at the house and like we were talking about Queen, obviously, and like they like love classic rock. That's
Yeah.
awesome to me.
Mhm.
Like because that music it's epic.
Yeah.
It's
so
epic.
so the lyric is they want my bod, here's the hot rod, 12 inches to
Oh
her
my God.
12 inches to a yard, had her sounding like a retard. And she goes,
Who is the male singer in the song anyway?
Oh, I don't know the actual
Is
guy's
it?
name.
Because I would love to like crack them.
Yeah.
Uh,
That's the lyric.
Oh
Yep.
my God.
And that song was made when? Back in the 90s?
90s.
Yeah, I was in 90s.
So,
So my
91, yep.
so I do
Same
two
time.
karaoke songs. Sometimes when Cavanus is singing, she'll do Dio.
Yeah, who is the karaoke? Is it Corson tonight?
Yeah, it's Corson.
Oh, he's fun.
Yeah, so
He's fun.
Cavanus will sing Dio from Stan, and I'll
Okay.
rap Stan, and I get like into
Oh.
it. Like I get like
Awesome.
So I'm like, hey, dear Stan, I wrote you, but
Yeah,
you
yeah,
because I have a really weird thing where if I can remember rap lyrics, like I remember my schoolwork, I've been a fucking 4.0 student.
Yep.
But I just remember rap lyrics, and I think it's
That's
funny.
awesome.
So when I used to hang out with the boys upstairs, they'd be like, "Yo, so we want to do like a rap in this song. What would work?" And I would be like, "This would probably work." So they do. It's called the DG melody, and they start off with Sublime, "What I Got,"
Okay.
and they'll go from Sublime to like Sugar Ray, Shaggy, Angel, Beverly Hills, Weezer, and then they'll go to Fresh Prince of Bel-Air. And then where he goes, I got in one little fight. My mom got scared. Everyone in the whole place screams, "You moving with John?" And he goes, "No, it's not what she said." She goes, "If you having girl problems, off the
That's
balcony."
awesome.
Yeah,
And then
that's
I'll
cool.
do the rap part where he gets pulled over by the cops
Right.
because I'm young and I'm black and my hair's yeah. yeah. And so that goes over well. And then every now and then he'll do Colt 45.
Okay.
And I do the first verse of where he's the black dude fucking the white girl and the dad's the member of the Ku Klux Klan,
Oh my God.
which
my
goes
God.
over great all the
I
time.
don't think that we ever understood the lyrics. I think that we just sang.
So
Yeah.
Colt
like-
45 is like my karaoke song. So I do Colt
Like,
45.
what
And
was
we
that
did it on
one
Bangin
song that you
Beers
used to
too
sing?
when
Like,
Steve brought his banjo.
Yeah, we did a
That
little
was
bit.
fun. I did a little like
I've been
lyrical
known for one for years, and I
nonsense.
haven't done it in a really long time because I usually get really drunk. on
What
it.
is it?
Tonight's the night.
Idiot Boyfriend by Jimmy Fallon.
Oh
oh,
my
you're
God.
doing it tonight. She's totally doing it tonight.
No, I'm not.
So, I think
No, let me
you-
open up the final three.
Oh my
Come
goodness.
on,
All
man.
right.
Come on.
All right, let's crack it. Let's
All
crack it.
Okay.
Honestly, I'm getting parched.
Hey, chill.
We're dry. We're dry.
Yeah, Ben, I'm getting
Chill.
parched over here, brother.
Yeah. You're a terrible bartender.
What is this called now? Is
I
this...
chill.
Oh.
I ain't chill. Yeah, he was
No, I
actually,
like the color.
I
of
thought
it.
you were
I like the color.
actually-
Yeah. I thought so too. I thought he was
Okay.
telling me to
Yeah.
chill.
Now, what
I was
kind of
getting- I
bouquet was
secretly
that?
That
getting
smells
angry.
amazing.
Okay,
It smells like
I
like it's actually a strawberry crumble.
I like the color of it.
No,
so
no
far.
joke.
Go
That's-
light on your pour because it is sour.
But it's also an IPA.
It's a sour.
It's a sour imperial India Pale Ale. You really smell a lot of the strawberry in that bad boy.
That's a brave pour. That was a good pour.
See, now the smell's not
Did you
turning me
taste
off.
it yet?
No,
Are
I
we
didn't
all
sip it
waiting
yet.
with you?
Go ahead. I want to see your.
No,
We gotta do our
it's already
bangin'
known.
beers. Our bangin'.
Yeah, this is our signature
Okay.
This may be one of the very few times.
banging beers.
Bangin'.
I bet that sounds amazing on the microphones. Not as sour as I thought it was going
Not
to
a sour. I
The
actually
strawberry kind of evens it out a little.
That's
really
really
good.
sour.
be. Really?
Wow.
That's no sour to me at all.
Wow.
It's definitely sour.
I felt all the
It's
sours.
not
but it's not as bad.
No.
This was the
Maple
sourest
syrup
one.
hits the back end.
Yeah.
Did you get the kick
I got
of
the
maple
back. I
syrup?
got the back end.
Syrup?
Just
Yes.
now.
Yeah, a little bit. I
I'm
could
gonna do-
taste the maple.
Wow.
Could
I
ta-
did
not
too.
the rainbow,
That's-
the maple.
That's good.
This was
Could taste the maple.
I tasted the back end.
I don't know how to feel about it, but I tasted
That's an
it.
eating butt joke, Ben.
It's good.
the back end of this beer.
Yeah.
Oh, I
Is
thought there
good.
was
Is
back
delicious.
end.
The back end of this beer is pretty.
Yes, this is the very cryptic and funny portion of the show where I say random stuff and Tony laughs. And everybody else laughs because Tony's laughing at what I say. And it comes off of pure reaction, pure thought.
Got it.
So this was actually donated by
Got it.
this is actually donated by David Himes, the guy that actually met up with me to give beer.
Is this the
For
guy
the show.
who liked the show and
He liked the show. He's gonna be
Thank
at
you,
the
David.
Schuylkill Can.
Shout out to David.
Thank you so much, David.
This is the guy that's gonna
Guys,
be
what
at the
movie or
Schuylkill
show is
County
that
Brew
from?
Fest.
Where they lean in.
Oh, it's a good one.
Yeah.
It's
Sweaty
Saturday.
balls.
Thank you. I'm like, oh my god, I'm
I
thinking
forgot what
Saturday
the
Night
frickin'
Live.
radio
I'm
show
like,
is. I
Thank
forgot
you.
the freaking radio show.
This is Sweaty Bones.
yeah.
I think your Sweaty Balls taste great.
I'm thinking in my head, I'm like, I know where this
You
is
gotta
from.
really, you gotta get that bass when you do it. Like,
Yeah.
you gotta really.
You gotta really project it out.
I like it.
Try it.
But David Himes,
Sweaty balls.
It's like that ASMR.
Do you like that? I'm scratching your.
I can't.
You know, I don't even know. I don't want to call them out, but like two of our friends have like showed me ASMR stuff or like listen, like
just
showing
weird
me-
shit, pretty
it's-
much.
Yeah.
So I was told it doesn't do anything for me. I've tried. I want to see what it does. So I don't want to out her out, but you'll probably see her tonight. But she said ASMR to her is like a brain orgasm.
What is ASMR?
It's like
So
different
what
noises.
they do is like
or-
they'll take the microphone
Mhm.
and
Yeah, I know
they'll
he's a
scratch it.
fuck at him.
And
man.
that's
I'm not
like-
gonna lie.
Or they'll
It'll
get, like-
either like make you feel good or like turn you off.
Irritated.
All right, so did you see the
Irrit-
did you see
incredibly
the-
irritated to
Did
me.
you see the Super Bowl commercial where they like crack the beer and she pours it? And you hear like every
Yeah,
sound.
yeah, yeah.
That's a good. That's a good.
Or-
That's
and
a
then,
good. That's a
and,
nice
and then when
sound.
they
Yeah.
when they
talk into the mic, they get really close.
Yeah.
That's okay.
Like,
and they talk
That's
like
okay,
they talk
too.
like a phone sex operator. Like
Oh.
Do you like that?
or they'll just like
it's really creepy.
make different
It
noises
is
with different
cool.
things.
It's
Like
very creepy.
There's very.
You gotta get it.
No, you gotta get
it.
really
You
into
gotta
it.
get in there. You gotta get it.
It's so creepy.
I'd be
Oh
like,
my God.
or you'd be like this. Be like,
Oh.
All right, now that's like a quiver.
Wait,
that was
wait.
like weird.
that was a
That was
quiver.
a quiver.
we're gonna do something.
That was a quiver.
The quiver, the
That was a
lips.
quiver.
You'd be like,
So funny.
do you like when I rub the nipple?
All right, that was a little too much, Ben.
All right.
All right,
All
so,
right.
so Ben, here's what always happens too when we have a guest or somebody on and Ben is there. So Ben always looks at the people and he goes, "Oh my God, they kind of look like a celebrity." Do you have any of them right now? Let's get out of here. Get it out of. Can I know? He's gonna wait till the cameras are off and he's
I
gonna
think
say it.
there's two. Like I always, she is a definite celebrity.
I have
one,
two here.
Yeah,
I for you and her.
Oh yeah.
I really don't know because I know you would look awfully like celebrity like. I don't know who though. Maybe
Yeah.
if Tony.
I know.
Brought it up.
I don't have. I'm sorry, I don't have one for you
There's
though.
two
That you get.
all the time.
All right, what do you get? And I'll see if
Yeah.
I'll give you the worst one that I hate at first.
Okay. Who?
The girl from Willy Wonka, the blueberry
Oh
girl.
my god.
Oh my
So
god!
listen,
Yes.
When I was
Veronica.
younger, wait,
Veronica.
when I was
Veronica.
younger,
Veruca.
Violet.
Veruca. I do see Veruca. a little
Veruca,
bit.
when I was younger,
Violet.
because of the eyes,
Yeah.
and I
like
hated
hair
it.
and like
Yeah,
hair,
like, and I
definitely.
hated
can
it.
see that.
And
Oh
now
my
it's
God.
like, wow, actually, I kind of like my eyes now. Like I
Yeah.
was picked on them, like I was picked on for them, and it's
He's
like,
always chewing gum.
Daddy, I want to know.
Yeah. I know, but believe it or not, like people were like brutal. People
Yeah.
were like
Mhm.
so mean.
I don't think
Oh,
that's very-
No, not Veruca. I think she looks more like Violet. The one that
It's Violet, not
Violet. Okay,
Veruca.
I
Yeah,
thought we
Violet.
okay.
The
All right,
one-
we're getting
yeah.
The
right
one
now.
who
Okay,
turns
all
the
right.
one who turns
Yes.
into a blueberry.
Blueberry. Okay,
yes,
there, that's
and I
Violet.
used to like get like super like self-conscious about it, but now I'm like, oh, she was
She's adorable.
cute. She was
Yeah.
cute. Like leave her the fuck alone.
So
all right.
what was the other one?
And then I've gotten Betty Davis too, because obviously because of the eyes too. Here, I have an old picture.
So who do you get? Do you get like a
I do
She's
get
Drew
one.
Barrymore
Drew
today.
Barrymore.
100%? Yeah, I would say Drew Barrymore.
110%.
And do you ever get anything?
I don't.
All right.
No.
I say Nancy Kerrigan.
Nancy Kerrigan.
Nancy Kerrigan, the one that
The
got her
ice
leg
skater.
chopped.
No, she got hit with a
Bro.
bat. She got hit with a
Oh,
bat.
I thought
I
it was
could see
an
that.
ice pick or something. She got.
I can
Yeah.
see
She's an
that for
ice
her.
skater, right?
A little bit. I can see a little bit in you.
Yeah, wait, yeah, that one for sure. But wait, here's the
Nancy
picture.
yeah.
Kerrigan.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
I have to look at Nancy Kerrigan.
Now that I'm seeing it, I don't see it now anymore.
No.
No.
This picture, like
Yeah, maybe just the darker hair, maybe and the eye color. But no, I
Yeah.
don't see Nancy. I changed my mind. It's not
Yeah.
Nancy Kerrigan
Let me see.
anymore.
Yeah.
yeah, like a lot of times I would get her, but I also got the blue.
The ones I get, I don't agree with at all.
no.
Yeah, so I get like I used to get like 4 of them. So the first, I used to have a shaved head for the longest time, and when I used to shave my head and I had braces, I used to get Sid from Toy Story.
What?
Yeah,
I remember what you look like. So yeah.
yeah,
I can
and
see
then
that.
I don't. I
then
can't remember young Tony.
middle school, early high school, I still had the shaved head, and I used to get the lead singer of Simple Plan.
Okay,
I don't remember what you.
All
We
my,
gotta- we
all
gotta Google
So
this.
I'm kind of
lead singer from Simple,
Simple
Plan.
Plan, yeah. And then I used to get the cartoon character from the Gorillaz band, the 2D
Oh my
guy,
god.
Oh yeah.
I don't
because of the nose.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
Can we play that song right now?
Yeah.
Feel good.
Sunshine.
Yes,
Yeah.
please. In a bag.
And then-
Oh, that.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then when I moved into the house,
happy.
my next door neighbor's daughter
Feeling
used to say
glad.
Oh,
Nick
you know
Jonas.
what? I actually could see it.
Yeah.
I could see it for sure.
Yeah, definitely.
And
Yeah.
then when I moved in here, my next door neighbor's daughter used to say
Oh,
Nick
yeah.
Jonas.
Nick
Oh,
Jo-
Jonas.
Aw.
I could definitely see a
Hello.
Jonas.
And then
Mhm.
I get one of 2 Wahlberg brothers. I get either Mark
Yes.
or Donnie.
Actually, Donnie.
Oh yeah,
Donnie.
Wahlberg. I can see
110%.
that. I can
I like
see
it,
that.
like-
More than any of them
Like
you said
a
before.
Schuylkill County version of a Wahlberg.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's cool though. That's
Yeah.
like a compliment.
So who does he get? Hold on, let me look at you. I didn't look at you
Okay.
the whole show.
All
I mean,
right.
I did, but
I know.
Let's all
Ed
look at Ben.
Sheeran.
Ed Sheeran.
All right. Here's my.
Laura
you've
just picked a redhead. She
You've
just
seen
picked
the
a
movie.
redhead.
You've seen the movie. If Ben shaved all this off and just
I
kept
mean,
the
Ben
mustache,
Hardy. What movie are you talking about?
I'm talking about Bohemian
I
Rhapsody.
knew it. I knew you were.
If he just had the mustache, he looked like Freddie Mercury's partner that he kicked out of the. Get the fuck out of here! You're just a leech.
Jim.
Yeah,
Like
his-
Jim Hutton.
the one who was in love with
Jim.
him.
I guess.
What do you mean you get? Look at his face.
I don't know. I thought you were gonna say maybe Ben Hardy, like with his face shaved.
Who's Ben
From-
Hardy?
He was
go
in
upstairs
Bohemian
and shave your
Rhapsody.
face.
No.
Yeah.
Shave
Why?
it and let
Can't
you
you?
see what
Don't feel
happens.
like that. No.
Why?
And did you ever watch?
I'll
Did
eventually
And
do
then this
that,
one just
Did you ever
picks
watch
any
Gotham?
random redhead.
you ever watch Gotham? He
Mm-mm.
looks like Detective Jim Gordon's partner sometimes.
No, I don't.
Oh,
What I usually get if I had a little bit longer hair and shaved beard, it would be like Patrick Swayze.
Oh, that's awesome.
Patrick Swayze.
Yeah, look him up.
at him and he's
I know
Yeah,
Patrick
look him
Swayze.
Or Kurt Russell.
You got to learn the dance. A lot of people are learning the dance.
the lift.
I could see a little bit of Kurt Russell.
Yeah.
Yeah, so people or Casey Kane, the race car driver. Right now,
I
I
see
would say
somebody.
that
I
one.
just don't know who it is.
Yeah, I'm gonna blow.
I
your
could
mind.
definitely see the Jim Hutton thing now from Bohemian Rhapsody. The character who played him. I could see it.
Oh man,
I don't. Did you see it?
no, I did not. I really wanted to see it though too.
I'm just
If
my own
you have
person.
not seen it, you are at a disadvantage.
I don't know.
Nobody's ever told me I looked like a celebrity.
Here's the thing: without the mustache, he doesn't look like him at all. At all.
Guys are silence.
Yeah, there's weird silence right now.
Hang
It's
on.
so quiet.
All right.
It's so weird and quiet.
It's
So,
so weird.
everyone,
Well,
even
are you sure
when I
that's the same
waited
dude?
tables at Cracker Barrel back, I'm talking like 18 years old, 17. People would always say that to me.
Drew
About Drew
Barrymore,
Barrymore.
yeah.
Yeah.
But what is it? Is it the
Yeah, we're
sense
not
of
talking about
humor,
Jim Hutton.
Well,
We're
or
not-
is it the
No,
looks?
it's
I think it's your
You do-
expressions.
No,
Yeah.
we're not talking about Jim Hutton. We're talking
My
about a different
aunt-
person.
My aunt Terry always says that your expressions, you're just like
Yeah.
yes.
Like,
Yeah.
yeah.
You are very much like me. Like, we cannot hide how we feel. Like, if
Mm-mm.
we're sad, if we're like mad, like you just cannot.
Who are we talking about right now? Like
Who's that? Is that you?
Yeah.
You are amazing.
Oh yeah.
You are like
Friend
my
of-
new.
And he
for
wore
Halloween.
chiclets on
Oh
his
my
teeth.
god, you're my new hero.
He wore
Yeah,
chiclets
and you
on
know
his-
what I did? I got extra gum and split it in half and stuck it up with my two friends'
Yes.
teeth.
Yeah, you actually do look just like
Yeah.
him.
Oh my god, no.
Please show the people.
No!
Show the people. Show the people.
We're Freddie. We love you, Freddie. That's you. You're Freddie. You're Freddie Mercury's gay lover.
Listen, but in all reality,
That
Jim was with Freddie until he died.
So I'm gonna
Yeah.
be the butthole to talk about it.
No, we're not talking about what I said on St. Patrick's Day.
I
because
said-
But
I
wait,
was
but
drunk.
wait.
What?
2 pieces extra gum stuck up
I-
for my teeth.
I
And that's
have-
how I figured that out.
I have to say
Oh
that
my
is
That's pretty cool though.
that's very impressive.
Oh,
Now,
it even gets better.
And he sang all night. It was horrible.
did you really?
Yeah, it was not good.
Did you have videos? Oh my
Oh my
god.
God.
Oh my
That's
god.
He stuffed his
awesome.
pants too.
You did you really stuff your pants?
No, no,
Did you really?
no.
That would be really funny if you did. Well,
No,
no,
I
because
did
people used to
not.
ask Freddie, like, is that a hose? And he was like, it's
Is
not.
that
It's not.
Not a
Freddie would
hose.
say it's like not a hose. It's like all mine. That'd be
No.
pretty funny. I think that you should have stuffed your pants. It kind of would have made it like, you know.
No, I did sing Bohemian Rhapsody up the street on Washington Street when they had their haunted house. While Freddie, I think it was Jason and The Shape stared down to each other. I sang the whole thing.
Really?
Whole thing.
It was
No
not-
shit. No bullshit.
It wasn't good.
It
Oh,
wasn't
cut
good.
your shit.
Don't you have a video?
Your shit.
No, see, we used to help out our friend up the street. Every year he does a Halloween thing, and then what they did is they had their family went through a experience where their father was in a really bad motorcycle accident,
Oh wow.
and for a long period of time their father was like the breadwinner, so he worked and he was the one who put the food on the table. Well, that was now gone because he was in a bad accident. So what they used to do is go to the shelters and get food, like the pantries, and
Right.
and that's how they survived as a family for a long time.
Wow.
So and then once their father got good and they were old enough to all contribute as a family and bring a giant income, a better income in, they now every year for Halloween they do it called scare away hunger.
Mhm.
And then
That's
so
awesome.
when they do trick or treat, people bring canned foods and non-perishables to their house. Then they have
They
to,
donate.
and then they
That's
bring it back
nice.
to the food
That's
shelter
really
where they
nice.
See, like,
That's
Yeah.
awesome.
Hearing stories like that like gives you like faith in like humanity.
Yeah, 100%.
Like, you know, I love meeting like random new people because everybody has a story. Everybody in
That's why I created interviews with everyday
Which
people.
is awesome.
yeah.
Like-
it is. It really is.
I love people. Like, I want to sit down. I pretty much want to get your social security number.
Yeah.
Like, I like love talking to people. So
And
like
meeting,
that's
yeah.
like that's like really cool. They do that.
I
though.
like
That's
how I
awesome.
like finding out what makes people tick too. Like
Last
kinda
week-
a little more
at the deeper
sure.
dive. You know what I mean?
You could kill
like
a cat.
such as
Anything, just
Alright.
like kind of getting it, like learning more about the person, like
Yeah.
because everyone kind
Time
of puts up a
killer.
barrier of what people think they should be to appease other
Absolutely.
people.
Yep.
And when you get behind that, like here's a great example, and I wish he was still with us because I think he was very misunderstood. But I think
I
if
already
you-
know exactly who you're going to talk
if
about.
you know him as a person, he was a fucking sweetheart.
Wait, can I guess?
Yes,
Jesse Price.
Jesse Price.
110%.
Yes.
Knew you were going to go
Jesse
there.
was a great.
And I'm going to tell you why. So
He
this
really
is weird
was.
because like I grew up with Jesse, Billy Jack, and Nina.
hmm
Like we were all super close. They lived right around the block from me.
Yeah.
We played in the little churchyard on the corner. Funny thing is, Brian, his grandmother lives right there too.
Yeah.
And Brian was living in Monte City for a while, and we probably hung out together
I
and
just didn't even know it.
didn't even know it.
Mhm.
But my childhood, when I think back to like the Ryans, like Gary, Janelle, Caitlin, you know, Jesse, Billy Jack, Nina. We all hung out. That was my childhood, like the younger years. I'm talking, you know.
Yeah. So I became friends with Jesse after high school. Like we were graduated. He got a job where I worked, and I remember he started his first day, and he came up to me. He's like, "Hey, Blackwell," and he came up to me as if we were best friends. And at the time, I was like, "No, you were kind of a fucking bull." Now he never personally
Mhm.
bullied me, but he
Mhm.
hung hung out with the crowd of
He
bullies,
did, but he wasn't a bully.
but he was very intimidating. So you
Mhm.
just stayed away from him.
He was a gentle giant.
he was
He
totally
was.
a gentle
So
giant.
I remember when he first came up to me, like, "Hey, can you get me a ride?" And at first I was like, "I don't want to, but you know what? I will. I'll help him out." And he got in the car and we started talking and we became very fast friends. And I was like, "Can I be honest with you?" He's like, "What?" And I was like, "You know, I didn't really like you for a long time." And he goes, "Why?" I'm like, "Because you kind of were a bully. Like you kind of were like you were part of a group of people that picked on people and people never said anything to you because you would punch them and beat them up and you were super strong and you were always overpowering people and you were very alpha male and I didn't really like you as a person." And he was like, "Are you serious?" Because I always liked you. I thought you were a cool kid, cool person. And I was like, "No, man." And it bothered him that that's how people perceived him.
Yeah.
And then we became really fast friends. And he became like my best friend. Like we hung out all the time. He'd come here and he would sit down and he would hang out with me for hours with me and Heidi. And the day before he passed away, he came here and he kind of broke down a little bit and he was like, "Hey man, I really want to change my life. I don't like the people I'm around." Because my thing with Jesse is if he was around good people, he was a good person.
Mhm.
But if he was around the wrong crowd, he filled right back into that
Mhm.
crowd.
He's
again.
definitely influenced.
You would have
He
to
wasn't
get,
influenced, but he
He
tried,
cared too much what people thought of him, so he
Yes.
had to fit in. with
Yeah.
them.
and he had to fill that gap, even though that wasn't him as a person.
Exactly.
yeah, like they weren't.
Realistically, Jesse didn't want to fight.
Mm-mm.
If Jesse went out to a bar on that night and the chance to fight wasn't there, because when people see Jesse, they're like, "Oh, he's gonna fight," and people would to fight.
But truthfully,
But he just wanted to hang out.
yeah, like
Yeah.
he did just want to hang out. Jesse, I
And-
think fighting was more just a pastime. Even
Yeah.
as kids, I remember him and Billy Jack, like what they would pretend wrestle
It was
on the floor
something
like
that
all the
he
time.
thought everybody,
Yeah,
Expected
they
of him.
just
Expected
expected
of
of
him.
him.
and sometimes he had to fill that
Yeah.
if his boys were behind him or what it made.
And the
him,
funny
but
thing
in
is,
general,
if you were around, if he wasn't around a certain crowd and he was able to go out and be himself, he
Mhm.
would be the first one to grab a mic at a karaoke and
absolutely,
say,
Yeah.
he'd be the funniest
Yeah.
person. Yeah,
Yeah.
I
he
agree.
said to me, he goes, "If you ever can guess," and this is when we were like really bonding, getting to know each other. He goes, "If you can ever guess what I would want to be as a professional hobby, what would it be?" And I was like, "I don't know, MMA fighter, football player." And he goes, "No, had nothing to do with sports or my
Mhm.
physicality. I'd want to be a front man of a band.
Mm-hmm.
I would want to be the lead singer of a band."
Right.
And I was like, "Are you fucking serious?" He goes, "I love it. Like
Mhm.
the idea of singing and being in control of a stage always impressed me. And you would never think that of Jesse." And then the night he passed away, he was here. I don't want to say he was on anything, but he was definitely speeding. He was a mile a minute.
Yeah.
He was sweating bullets.
Yeah.
And he's like, "Man, I want to make a change. I want to get back in the gym. I want to start fighting again. I want to come start hanging out with you because you're a good influence. I come here and watch fights. You know what I mean?" I just want to make a change. I want to get away from certain people. I want to do better of myself. I was like, "Dude," I said, "I'm going to leave when I go to work tomorrow, I work night shift. I said, I'm going to go to work tomorrow night and I will put a bid in for day shift. And the second I go to day shift, we will go to the gym every single day. We'll work out. We'll hang out. Don't be around those people. Be around people that are going to make you a better person." And we had a whole conversation. He left my house that night. I was on my way to work and Facebook, R.I.P.
Man.
Jesse.
That's the worst. To see it on
I
Facebook.
know.
Yeah.
Facebook
It
is the
fucked
worst
with me
for-
so
Yeah.
bad. I was like, man, if he would have came to me a week earlier, like I kind of blamed myself for a while and it bummed me out. And then I used to have the fights here every
Mhm.
pay-per-view. I had the fights. And for the next like 3 fights, I said, "Hey, what I used to do is I fucking made me broke a bunch of times. Not even pissed off at me. But I buy like 5 pizzas, a bunch of sodas, a bunch of beers, chips, and then I pay for the pay-per-view. And everyone came here and I'd be like, "Hey guys, if you don't just chip in $5-10 for the pizza, and then I'll pay for the pay-per-view. I'm gonna watch it anyway, but kind of help me out with the cost of everything else." And then that's when the numbers started diving. Like no one came to fights anymore.
Mhm. They're so expensive though.
Yeah.
They are.
So then I told everyone, if you come tonight, just make a $5 donation. And everyone came in and I made a couple $100. And the next morning I took the envelope up to his gram and I said, like, "This is for Jesse because if he was here, he'd be watching the fight with us
Mhm.
and anything we could do to help." And that was it.
That
Wow.
was really nice.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah.
But when the day he passed, I was like, holy fuck, like his gram just took on a whole nother
Yeah, that was really
low.
horrible.
And then Billy left,
that was
was
horrible.
gone, and then his not after his gram. Like so
Yeah.
it's just fucking it's
It
crazy.
was awful.
I seen a picture of Junior the other day with Nina and it like really made me feel
I
good.
haven't seen.
They look like their prices. I
Yeah.
mean, like they all.
Yeah.
Wow.
But Jesse was a phenomenal, and I wish he was still around to tell his story because he would be a
Mhm.
great person to sit in a
Right.
microphone with.
Yeah, like it's awesome. I think it's a great thing that you're doing.
Yeah, and I think those stories are definitely valuable, and and to get those out are,
It makes
is really,
people like look at things from like a different,
different
perspective. Absolutely.
yeah.
And it just makes you think like how your perception of a person or life
Yeah.
in general like is not reality. It's just the story in your mind of
Yeah.
how things are.
So the biggest thing, like even like just doing the Jesse example, if from an outside perspective, if someone who never knew Jesse and you were maybe on the different social status of what we were in high school, if you weren't part of the cool crowd or the sports or the jocks and you were in a different crowd, you would
It's
look
so
at,
funny though. It means nothing
you
after
would've-
high school.
exactly, it does. But you
Means
would have looked at
nothing.
Jesse and been like, fucking that guy, you know what I mean? But if
Mhm.
you would have looked at his upbringing and what he's gone through as a person and stuff like that, like it's you put yourself in somebody else's shoes when you hear their story.
It's so well. Sometimes not
Yeah.
everybody does
Yeah.
though, because not everybody has that like.
Yeah, even with Brian, like when we did the interview with Brian, I don't know if I said it on camera, or if I said it off, but I was like, for the longest time, man, I wasn't a fan of you.
No, and a lot of
'Cause-
people aren't.
'cause
I
we-
wasn't a fan of my own husband.
because we hung out for a lot. We hung out a couple times in mutual passings with different situations, and I was just like, I remember we'd leave. I'm like, if I never hang out with him again, I wouldn't
because
care.
he could come off as like very, very, very brash if you don't know him.
Exactly. He reminded me of Jesse before I knew who
Exactly.
Jesse was.
Right.
And then meeting Jesse,
Right.
and then losing
That's
Jesse.
exactly-
Yeah.
Yeah, like he
But
could, and like, but
Brian's
if
a
you,
great.
but
Yeah.
guess
He
what
really
though?
Yeah.
If
He's a
he
horrible
liked-
driver though.
Oh, we were thinking we had better chances with Uber on the way
Yeah.
up.
Yeah. So I remember when I took it when I lost Jesse, when we lost Jesse, and I really took a step back. Like, you should really not judge a book by its
yeah,
cover
like you
and
should
really
get to
dive
know
in.
people.
And I remember I stepped back, and I remember that's when you guys were dating and you had your first child, and I just remember step
Mhm.
back, like, you know what, like we could have easily been the same path.
Mhm.
And then we both found an amazing girl who changed who we are as people, and we completely took a different
Yeah.
180 of where we were before.
Yeah, like
Yeah.
his path
and we're better
was,
for it. We're absolutely better for it.
His path was crazy,
Mhm.
but I like always kind of went after like the bad guys. Like
Yeah.
I would say like, yeah, I'm a little bit bad,
Yeah.
kind of, but not like bad, if that makes sense.
Like if you would have looked, if the outside perspective would look at Brian years ago, they would have never picked him. A super hard worker, dedicated to his job, dedicated to his family, amazing father.
No, I mean he's like a family man now.
He is. He's a
but
complete fan.
it's like-
coaching baseball, helping kids. Like he's a
Yeah.
fucking good dude.
I mean, but he, you know, it's just like, even with me, people might think like, oh, you know, she's like very forward and she's like obnoxious.
You know what my first,
and,
you know what my first impression of you was?
I'm
I remember,
loud.
No. I remember when you went through your huge your change, and
Yeah.
you were walking the Vulcan every day, and you got that big article. And
No matter what, though, somebody will always have something to
I was
say.
very, without ever knowing
You
you,
can't
I was
worry about
super.
what
And you don't.
I've
Yeah,
always told
like
you
I
that.
didn't know of you. I knew of you, but I didn't know you as a person. But I
Right.
remember seeing the article at the Citizens Fire Company,
Mhm.
and that fire company being very proud that you did what you did, and you got that big write up, and you made a huge change, and you got really healthy. And I just remember, like, I don't know her, but that's really cool, her. And I was really proud of you.
Yeah, it was like
Yeah,
a cool
that
thing.
was
and-
amazing.
Yeah.
but I always let like the people that don't matter like get me down. Like I
100%.
do. Like I really like worked hard like for
You did.
all
You
of
worked your
that.
ass off.
Right. But then like when I became a mom, obviously
To
you're
this
not
day-
going to be like super,
this day
super thin.
today, you have came such a long way.
Yeah, I mean,
Even from last
people
year.
don't even know my
100%.
child. Like I did have a pretty like interesting childhood. Like I had an awesome, like my grandmother was wonderful. My Uncle Mark, like
Yep.
awesome.
I
Like
love Mark, by the way.
I think everybody does. Like
He's so fun to
just
drink with.
like he's awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's a good time. He's a good time. And like he's like, you know, a natural like at being like a father figure.
Mhm.
So like I don't really look back at my childhood and be like, wow, like sometimes I'm like I get a little sad, but
Mhm.
it was good, like for the most part. It
Yeah.
was a little messed up. Whose family isn't messed up
Oh,
in all reality?
Oh.
You know, and
Nobody has it perfect. I mean, and that's the thing. Like I tend to cling to people who are not perfect.
yeah, me
I
too.
don't, I'm not about the sunshine and the rainbows. I'm about like, this is real life. This is raw. This is who we are.
Yep.
You
go
know?
through shit to be who you are.
I-
Yes. Thank you. I
Sorry,
like it.
I had to break it up.
Please, all the
me,
queen.
For me, like I was the person who was very introverted growing up. I didn't really want friends, like I say to myself. And then I got out of high school and I was like, you know what, fuck it. I'm gonna change who I am as a person. I'm gonna be more outgoing and more people gravitate towards that. So like I find other people and I gravitate to those people who are like, they rather sit in the corner and not have fun. And I say, yo, let's go see a band. I know that like by the end of the night, you're gonna feel like you're a fucking
You
part of
try
the
to
band.
get the person
Yeah.
out.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
you're definitely a conversationalist.
Yeah.
Like, you know, you,
Yeah.
See, I said this just a couple weeks ago, and I don't remember who I said it to, but because I'm just probably drunk.
Speaking of,
But I don't
Yeah.
remember.
Go ahead.
I don't remember like in high school and stuff. Like
We hit our six pack.
I was friends with popular kids. I was friends with the ones that were down in the dumps.
Yeah.
That's how it should be.
I don't think I've
Yeah, I
ever
think
tried to look for attention. And
Mhm.
correct me if I'm wrong, please do. But I
Yeah, I
always
don't-
felt like I was friends with everyone.
you should be.
Yeah, I
And
tried to be as well.
Yeah.
And you
Mhm.
know what I mean? Sometimes maybe
I was
in my younger days, I probably thought like, oh, I was better than someone at some point.
I
Like,
loved playing
you know what
sports, and I was
But-
part of
Yeah,
the
I don't
sports
think
crowd,
that-
but I never got along with the jock crowd.
Yeah, I don't think I've ever. I'm real. I'm just if you're gonna
Mhm.
get what you get from me, I'm either
Yeah,
gonna be really nasty or I'm gonna be really nice. And
Yeah.
you might see me
Mhm.
today and I'm gonna hate you, and tomorrow you're gonna see me and I'm gonna be your best friend. It's
Yeah.
just,
I
You
think
gotta-
it just
It's
all
out
depends on
there.
how you're like treated.
Yeah.
Like you put out
Mhm.
like
Mhm.
into the
So-
universe
So, the
what
biggest
you get.
thing to me with this podcast too is and just for my aspect and my outward thinking of it is there's so many things in the world that are bad, and there's so many things that you may not agree with, or you may strongly think I hate this aspect of it, but no, regardless of what religious belief or what you feel about something, there's a story there, and it's and just to listen to the like social media can be used in a negative way.
I hate
and it
so
could be used
honestly,
in a
I've
positive
come
way.
to hate social media.
You know what I mean? But I try to use it in a like if you see something I post on the page, I'm trying to either uplift or hey, go check
Mhm.
out something else that you may not know existed in this area, like a
Mhm.
local podcast or a local band or an artist or something like that.
Right.
And that's like people. I hate when people are like, man, I wish I could hit the lottery and leave School County and never come back. If I hit the lottery, yeah, I'd travel, but I wouldn't leave this area.
No,
I'm
I
very
don't
I'm
think I
very
would
proud of
either.
School County.
Yeah.
I like the fact that if my car breaks down on the side of the road at 3 a.m, there's a very high chance someone's going to stop and help me.
Mhm.
And
I
they're
can't really say much about it, but I
and
do
you're
like
probably
to.
gonna know
yeah.
them.
yeah.
And honestly,
Or know of
I
them
mean,
somehow.
Mhm.
I'm not saying I would never move. I'm comfortable in Pennsylvania. But here's the thing, like we like to travel.
Yeah.
Like we're going to Switzerland in September. I mean, like, you know,
I like going to big cities, but I
Exactly.
would never live in a big city.
no, me either. Like
Never.
No,
You know,
I mean,
travel,
I-
get
for years
experience.
I said I wanted to live down with my Aunt Joanne in Virginia, and I swear one day I will pick up and do that. But something still holds me to the school.
mhm.
Yeah,
It's
I
home.
love it.
Yeah.
It's home.
Like realistically, when we leave here and we go to McNiff's at the end of it, like just walking in, even if it's someone you haven't seen in 10 years, you can walk up and be like, "Hey, how you been?"
Yep,
and give that hug
Sorry, I was thirsty.
and go from there. And it never goes
I'm
away.
happy.
So
Oh.
I always joke around when I see someone who I went to school with, even if we've never talked in like 10 years, and I'm like, "Go Bears!"
Yeah.
And they're like, and that's exactly what they do. They laugh. You know what I mean? Like
That is pretty good.
Yeah.
Or when you're sad, and like just 2 weekends ago, my son made it to nationals for wrestling, and we're down in
That's
Maryland.
awesome.
And every time the national anthem gives me chills. Love the national anthem.
No, right? Like
What is
I
it?
like
And the home?
At the home
Oh.
of the and
Bears.
Bears.
I swear to God, we were the only school who did that.
Yeah,
Which-
and it was
which-
totally so disrespectful.
So disrespectful.
But home of the,
It
home of the
just-
Bears.
It
Yeah.
just like sticks though. It just sticks.
It does.
Like,
It does.
People, I love when they say like, "Oh, I remember when I was in school, our cheering section was the best." I'm like,
Mhm.
you fucking had nothing. I remember like,
Rob Miller.
The super fan.
Let's just talk about Rob Miller when he would be up there. Like he was like the super fan.
Yeah.
I mean, I remember it was like insane.
yeah. So remember, I'll never
Crazy.
forget this. Josh McCabe,
I
Josh McCabe's senior year, he was a talker.
Yeah,
When he was-
2004.
If he never blew his knee out, he would have been one of the best basketball players that would have ever played. Yeah. If he would have never blew his knee out, he would have been one of the best basketball players we've ever had at Monty area.
I agree.
The other person that would have rivaled him, that would have been one of the best basketball players in Monty area, if he would have played basketball, was
Joey Stevens.
Really?
Joey Stevens was a phenomenal basketball player, but he hit high school and he was like, "Fuck it, I don't care."
Joey played baseball in high school though,
He was
didn't
an
he?
awesome basketball
What's
player.
up, Joey?
Yeah, he was a
What's up?
great basketball
Joey,
player.
we miss you.
Yeah,
Love
Joey,
you,
Never see
Joey.
you anymore.
Joey would have been amazing. Like if Joey would have played high school ball
Right.
and would have just kind of just like swallowed a little bit of pride and been like, "All right, I'll listen to Coach Holland," or I would have just done it. I'll just go do it.
Mhm.
But Joey, here's the thing with Joey. He always felt like, and maybe he's right, that he didn't have the right last name. He would have never got the shine.
You hate that. Like I hate when I hear stuff like
Oh,
that.
But if you would have put
Yeah,
if you would have put a team around Joey,
right.
he would have been one of the best basketball players that ever left Monty area. And that says a lot because our 4 years of like 2000, like 2003, 2004, 2005, 2006 had some of the best talent in men and boys basketball in School
Mhm.
County of all time.
Yeah.
I always remember like in art school, like Monace was always the good talent.
Good.
For
Mickey Holland?
basketball.
Yeah,
Mickey
he was
Holland
the guy's a legend.
Mickey
Thank
Holland-
you.
That's my dream interview, by
Didn't
the way.
care for that one.
That's
Oh,
my
that's not-
dream
I'm gonna
interview.
go
We
to
can
my
make it happen.
reserve.
But
I'll
I'm
probably
ter-
see him in
Alright.
church. I'll
But-
ask
but I'm
him.
terrified to ask
Well,
him
let me ask him.
if you want to.
I see him in church on
Yes.
Sundays. I'll just go up and ask
But
him. He would.
he's so humble. I don't think he would like realize the magnitude of how fanboy. I've never played a second
But
for him under a whistle.
I can
but
tell
I
you,
respect him as he is the greatest. Like,
he's a wonderful.
when I became a
wonderful
coach,
individual.
I looked up to his
Mhm.
style. Like, there's no one in my opinion in School County that can ever hold a candle to him as a basketball coach. He took a school that graduates 70 kids, and that's
Mhm.
boys and girls. And even so, if you even cut that in half and you turn that into a basketball team,
Right.
he played for a state championship almost every year.
Yeah.
With a tiny school.
Amazing.
That's incredible.
Amazing.
Incredible. Yeah. And like I said, and I mean, I'm not saying our program is not good now, but it's not what it
No,
was.
I mean, the girls basketball team,
oh, they're phenomenal.
phenomenal. I mean, Tom
Yeah.
Sheeler, like
North
that's,
Schuylkill girls basketball team was pretty good. for,
Yeah.
like,
They're
those-
known for their
Yeah.
they were known
that
for their
year,
girls team
yeah.
for
Right.
a long
Yeah.
time. Yeah. But that was Monty area for a lot. The boys were, I mean, the girls were a powerhouse when they had
you're
Alansky.
thinking of like Jen Evans, like Rachel Hillebush. That was our year.
Alansky.
That was
Alansky was
03, yeah.
Alansky was a beast
Oh,
coach.
that's
He
where
was
I
very
might
rough.
know you from. Did you play girls basketball or no? Or
Well-
yes, no,
No.
maybe, I don't know. Question.
Oh my gosh, Ben, you just come out with these like one-liners. They're great.
That's why I came around. I like him.
No, I didn't.
Is that all?
No.
Is that? Oh no, hold on.
Where did you pick him up
All right,
from?
so this beer looks like orange juice.
So this
It
beer
is.
is. I would like to talk about this beer, please.
Go ahead.
This beer is.
But before we get to that beer,
Oh,
what did
just
you
cut-
think about the Ike Chill? I know you didn't.
It was a
care for
sour.
too
It was
much.
cool. It had
It
a really
actually
good
wasn't
strawberry
horrible.
place. Yeah, it
I
was.
liked all of it.
I'm
I liked all
hung- I
the
think
flavors.
I'm
I think
hungover
it
already.
Boom, boom, like
I'm
it strung
hungover.
along. I would drink that all
I
day.
would drink that one again. However, this
Cool.
one I would
This
drink
is
like
this is your hop right here.
5,000 cans.
This
is
That's
your
her
is-
hop.
This is
Thank you.
the power of
I like
Trillium.
it.
Ugh.
Trillium is a Boston company that makes
Canton,
amazing
Massachusetts.
Beers. You
I was just up in
you weren't a fan of
Boston.
this?
No, it's
Too
too,
hoppy?
I like
it's too
when I
hoppy.
drink
Yeah.
it, but
Too hoppy.
That's
Like
okay. That's why we do this show. You,
Fumes
you
on
like
my
what
nose.
you like. You
Yeah,
figure out
alcohol
what you
and
like.
everything.
Also,
yeah,
too,
kind of like when you wake up. the
So
next
there's
day and it's, like, coming out
IPA,
your
there's double
pores and
IPA,
you're
and there's
like,
triple
oh my
IPA, and
Mm.
quadruple IPA.
And that's a triple,
This
right?
is a triple, so this is
Yeah.
very hoppy.
I mean,
Yeah.
Yes.
but the more hops, like
You like it.
I
better.
just
I'm a hoppy person.
I
too.
just want to like chew the can.
Yeah, I'm a
I'm
hoppy
gonna
person.
hop
But
on
you-
out of here.
but
Like,
you-
It's so good. It's so good.
Or crawl.
So talk about the beer. Go ahead.
So it's definitely hoppy. I mean,
Yeah.
it's hoppy. I do get a little bit of citrus.
I get the
You get a little bit of
peachy.
citrus?
I get a peachy taste.
Oh, I don't
peachy.
really
I
get.
definitely get a peachy taste.
Oh,
I kind of get a little wine.
It's not.
A little
I
bit
don't
of a
get
wine
wine.
with,
I don't
with the
hate it.
Pinot Gris.
I don't
Pinot
hate it.
Gris juice.
Pinot
That's what
Gris
they-
juice.
Yeah, Gris. Pinot Gris. Pinot Gris. Pinot
Oh my
Gris.
gosh,
Grigio.
there is definitely
Penis
Pinot
Gris.
Gris.
Yeah,
Penis grease.
penis grease. Yeah, we're
Yes.
going there.
All right, penis grease. I
The
like
penis
it.
grease.
This is good though.
Did you play basketball?
I did not.
Okay.
I'm the most unathletic.
La,
Did
la,
you ever
la,
hear of
la,
Daria?
la.
Daria.
That
Yeah,
was me.
with the
Like
ball.
the ball would go by and I'd be like,
Yeah.
theater arts. That's where we
But
were
anyway,
both.
Lauren was
You would
Lauren
be
was
the
the curtain.
biggest
I
swerve,
hold that
girl.
loosely.
You would be the biggest swerve of a girl. No offense, but you're like you would think people would be like, "Wow, you're athletic," and you're like, "No." You're like,
No.
"No."
Not
Like,
at all.
No.
So going back to our crazy fan
I
base from
mean,
one area,
Ping pong, bowling, maybe.
Beer
That's like
pong.
Yes.
beer
Beer
pong.
pong.
like
Yeah.
skill games. Your
Flip
skill game.
cup.
Yeah.
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 So Josh is arguing with the other team's ref, and I remember the other team's coach, and I guess they're jaw jacking. It was a different game when we were in high school because they were allowed to talk more and hand check, and defense was a lot more physical. And I remember Josh did something, and the one kid said something to the coach, and the coach said something to Josh, and Josh kind of gave him like a whatever. And the coach came out, and I remember, I don't know if he pushed Josh, but he definitely put hands on Josh. And I remember our entire student section took the court at a high school basketball
I don't
game.
remember.
I don't think I remember that.
And I was just
we were
like,
probably graduating.
holy shit. It was like our Josh was what? So that was what, 2 years ago?
Josh is.
He was a year above
It was
us,
like
'cause
unreal.
you were all
Like, it was an
05.
unreal thing.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Josh.
He was
No,
a year above
Josh
us.
was 04.
Josh
Yeah,
was 04.
Josh was 04.
Yeah, Josh was a year.
04.
And I remember
Yeah.
they took the court, and I was like, holy fuck, this is getting
Mhm.
crazy. Like, yeah. I actually told a weird story of our basketball game when the Littles first came. And I was so excited to take them to a high school basketball game. I said, you're going to have a blast. It's going to be so much fun. And we get there, and we're sitting in the bleachers and we're having a good time, and they're just not having fun. I was like, "Why are you guys having fun? This is fucking a blast! Like, that's the student section. We're rocking. It's good." And they're like, can I ask you a question, Tony? I was like, what? I'm like, this is like, I didn't really know racism was a thing, and I didn't believe it for a long time. And then they're like, is there always this many cops at the game? I was like, dude, no, there's like one security guard here. And they're like, take a look at the exits. Every exit out of the gym had 3 to 4 cops at
Are you
it.
serious?
Swear to God.
That's ridiculous.
And they're all staring right at us. And I was like, holy fuck, like that's weird. Why are they all here? And they're like, can we leave? Can we just get out of here?
Wow.
And I was like, what? I was like, yeah, we just want to leave. And all right, whatever. So we left.
And they were, oh my God,
And
such
now
nice
They
kids.
lived,
They were.
the school's here. The school's here, pick a pack, and their house was
Yeah.
across the street.
Yeah.
They followed us in all their cars. A parade.
If they would only pay as much attention now as they did then,
Uh-huh.
because there's so
Yeah.
much more going on
Right.
in town
we
that
used,
they
we used
ignore.
to, we used to get kicked out of St. Canicus.
Didn't they have weren't they trying to be professional singers for a bit?
Yeah.
Am I wrong?
Yeah. They were
Okay.
very talented singers. Yeah.
I remember, I think I remember that.
We used to get kicked out of St. Canicus almost every day. As soon as it hit 7:00, because the sign outside said 7, even though we played till dark,
Right.
sundown, we get kicked out every day. We used to walk around town and sing because I enjoyed singing. I wasn't very good at it, but I used to sing with them.
I remember
Yeah.
walking around town singing.
and we used to
Where's
walk.
that band?
We used to walk around town and
And they
sing.
left?
And I remember we would stop for a second at like the bank to talk to somebody or say hi or talk to a girl, and we would get kicked out of the bank. We
So sad.
we get kicked out. We get kicked out of Unimart. Unimart would be filled with kids.
Every last
We get
drop.
kicked out. And like, every single time we stopped, the cop stopped us and said, "Yo, get moving." And we would just walk around town, and we wouldn't bother nobody. And we get kicked out of the
That's
court.
really
Yeah,
sad.
it's and like I remember when I got my license. First time I got my license, I got pulled over 4 times in 1 month. Every time if I had Justin or Tony in the car, I got pulled over every time. My parents used to get phone calls, like they'd ring my dad like, "Hello," and my dad like,
Tony, just let you know your kid brought black people in the house.
and my dad be like, "Cool, I'd rather those kids in my house than probably your
Mhm.
kid," and hang up the phone.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's really
It
sad.
was fucked up
That is. They
Yeah.
have their eye on the completely wrong
Mhm, totally.
people.
because and like, but racism isn't a thing. I'm like, yeah, it
It
is.
definitely
But you
is.
just you haven't
It is.
you haven't lived on the other foot yet.
honestly though, like I truly can say like no matter what, like I loved the Kennedys. Like they were
Yeah,
like
100%.
Ethan was at every single one of my birthday parties as a
Mhm.
kid. Like
Oh, we fucked with Coach Bomo the worst one time. So me and Tony are at practice, and Ethan is hauling ass because he's super late for practice. Me and Tony are getting our equipment, and Tony made me play football. I didn't want to play, and I remember me and Tony always used the race as a joke to make other people uncomfortable. It was so much fun.
That's funny.
Like me and Tony were like impractical jokers, but we had a leg up on the competition because he was black, and you can use the race to make
Mhm.
people uncomfortable. So Bomo is standing there and he goes, "I'll tell you what, Tony, better not be." That was Tony's voice about every coach.
right.
Tell you what, Tony, you better not be late like Ethan here. And Tony's straight face looked Coach Bomo right in the face and goes, "Are you saying that because I'm black?" And I went, "Bomo, come on, man. I know you my whole life. I didn't expect you to
Right.
be like that." He's like, "That's not what I meant when I say it." And Tony's like, "It's cool, man. Like, if he's like, I'm just letting you know because we're both black, we're not gonna both be late." Like, and he's
Oh my
like, and he goes,
God.
"Just let you know, we're not related either. I know people think that we're like cousins. There's no way, Tony. That tell him. You know me, Tony. It's not me." And he's like defending himself, and we got him so worked. Now you remember Bono all like
Yeah.
Bono
Yeah.
was like super animated. He's like, "Come on," and I were like, "Yeah, we're just fucking with you, coach. Calm down." He's like, "Motherfuckers, man. No, don't ever
Oh my
fucking."
God.
My question is, why did he sound like Adam Sandler's Little Nicky a little bit there?
I don't know. That was Tony's. That was Tony's voice when he would make fun of it. Yeah.
Oh my God.
That's my question.
But we had so much fun. We fuck with people all the time. But yeah, it was fucked up. And then like,
Or Bobby Boucher.
yeah, it was crazy. It was crazy shit. And then like I remember like Tony got dumped by his first girlfriend because she's like, she said, I can't date you anymore. And he's like, "Why?" She's like, "Why?" He goes, "Because my dad wouldn't like it." And then she broke up with him, and she's like this, and he's like, "What?" He goes, "I thought you were gonna hit me." And I was like, "Oh my God."
Oh my
Wow.
It
God.
was fucked up. Some of the
Wow.
shit they got put through was, and a lot of it wasn't racism. It's just because our area wasn't used to it. So I
Mhm.
remember they'd be like, "Oh my God, can I touch your hair?" And they'd be like, "What the fuck is that about?" I'm like,
That's weird.
they don't know any better.
Right.
Yeah.
We in North School we always had like one or two
They were like, and that's how
I,
you,
I hate to be like
One or
that.
two what?
We had one.
I hate that. But seriously though, like everyone like
Ben
you know,
is
when-
like the most. You are the most random individual I think I've ever met in my life.
we're talking about racism and thing, and Ben's like,
We had one or two.
I have to pee again.
we had like a super deep moment. This is why I fucking love Ben.
Like you should just be on every single show.
I am on every single
Is he?
show.
Yeah, for the most part, he's on a lot of
Really?
them. Yeah.
Was he on Brian's?
No, Brian was
No.
Nikolai.
Yeah, Nikolai. He's a cool kid.
Yeah, Nikolai's
When
cool.
we switched when it was switched to like Mondays, I couldn't make it because I do trivia.
Yeah, he used to hang out behind the scenes on Mondays.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
And I did trivia at Marley's,
So-
the brewery.
So the reason
I love Marley's.
Yeah, for the reason this show was created. So when I first started the podcast, I was going to do interviews. And I had really talented friends, not talented. I mean, they were talented, but I had really passionate friends on different topics. So I had nerdy friends. So that's why we created things that weren't cool in high school. And it was a way for Nikolai and then Ben to get involved. I'm sorry, I keep getting the beer burps. And
I
we can
know,
talk
I
about
do
video
too.
games, movies, comic books, and stuff like that, like the nerdy stuff that we're all into. And we call the things that weren't cool in high school because when I was in high school, if I went to school and talked about video games and comic books and stuff like that, they're like, you fucking nerd. But now it's like socially accepted. Like you could probably get laid if you know Batman stuff.
Right.
They're
Right.
like, oh my god, you know about Endgame? Yeah.
Brian knows all about video games. I
Yeah.
know nothing about it.
But like even the kids that play video games, they didn't like talk about it in school. But when we left school, they'd be like, yo, you wanna play fucking video games? I'm like, yeah, I got video games.
Yeah, like let's go.
But it was like
All the
socially,
time.
it was like
a
socially. better
lot of
talked
things
about.
weren't.
Yeah.
Like it's so funny because like I look back now and it's like even like band. Like
Mhm.
if you were in the band, you were a band geek.
Yeah, and now every single kid who's rocking
But
fucking local bars and bands are all
Yeah,
fucking band
but
geeks.
then here's the
Do you
thing.
want me to
Here
blow
is
your
my
mind a little
thing.
bit?
Like when
Perhaps
you
you
are in the band, you're playing an instrument. So
Mhm.
like you're learning music.
Mhm.
So now everybody wants to be in a band. They want to learn music.
Yep.
Mhm.
And it's all of a sudden like,
So
well, hello.
Let me blow
So,
your
like-
mind a little bit here. I don't mean to cut you off. by
You
the
just
way.
did though, Ben.
But you could.
cut me off, Ben.
I'm gonna tape it
Damn
back
it,
together.
Ben.
You can go back on.
No, go ahead. I'm
Okay,
only kidding.
But seriously though, I went to a Shenandoah football game, like because the one girl was trying to pair me up with this other girl. But point being, though, there was a football player that actually went on with the band and
Okay.
played trumpet.
That's awesome.
I was
Yeah.
like, holy dog
We
shit,
had
that's
one,
pretty
Tony
cool.
Grizel. Tony Grizel did that. Like he played the
Yeah,
trumpet.
that was
You
pretty
Yeah.
cool. And like
Yeah.
everyone was supportive of him. Like,
Yeah.
holy shit! Like no one else would. Everybody else would.
he
hate that
also
shit
got away
when
with
we
it
were in
because
high school.
his last name was Griselle. And he
No,
could
that
do
is
both.
not true. That is not true. Listen, I was very good friends with Tony. Like there was, you have to kind of look at it like this. Not a lot of kids wanted to even be remotely involved with being in the Monterey area high school marching band.
We had
okay?
always had a good
like I
band,
would
though.
like toot around my little clarinet, okay, and people were like that. Oh my god, she's such a nerd. Well, guess what? The nerd, chances are, okay, I was having parties, I was drinking, I
One
was having
time?
a good
One
time.
time at band camp.
Just this one time, man camp. No, but like I was like why should anybody call somebody in a band like a nerd? Like
So-
why are they a nerd?
So I
Tony
the-
was not a nerd.
Yeah, so I was a kicker, right? I'm not saying you're a nerd, but I a lot of times when you like for me, I was a Votech kid. And when I was labeled as a Votech kid, I wasn't allowed to pick any classes.
Right.
So if I wanted to learn music, I wasn't allowed because I was a Votech kid. I couldn't take art.
Right.
They took me in the same 4 classes every year, which ruined my high school experience. And I've been doing a lot of interviews with bands, and because Tamaqua and Pottsville really pushed their band program and teaching kids music, so many talented bands came out of the
It's
pot.
so important.
It's
It's
crazy.
so important.
Yeah.
Like-
But like going back to the band, I always loved Monterey's band. I thought we were really cool. Like
I mean,
I liked it. But
Like
I was the kicker, so I never got dirty. Tony would come off the field sweaty and I'd be clean as a whistle. And then I remember we'd get fucking blown at every game. And this is one of my first experience with Jesse where I didn't like him. So Jesse comes off the field and me and Tony are standing there laughing, having a good time because we're fucking getting blown out 45-0. They won't even let me kick the ball. Like I can't do anything.
mhm,
And the band's playing the Austin Powers theme song.
mhm.
And me and Tony are just going.
We were in that year.
We were in that. Were we in that year?
Yeah.
Wait, how old were you?
I was junior, so I was so 2004.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, so
17 maybe.
they were playing. As always, like I said, I'm just dancing with the band. Me and Tony are dancing, having a good time.
That's great.
And Jesse walks up, sweaty, angry. You gonna take this fucking shit seriously?
No.
And I was like, I'm never gonna get in this game, and we're getting blown out by 45. Like, but yeah, I listen to more band more than
Listen,
anybody. I was a bench warmer.
Like looking back now, like I look at actually, and this goes out especially to like Mr. Sugar and all these poor band directors that dealt with like our nonsense. Like we were assholes.
Yeah,
we were assholes. Like I remember being in like summer band camp and like just hiking up the bushes. Remember that?
Yeah, we
just ditched band camp. Like, but at the time, like we thought we were so like badass, but people were pissed off.
Yeah.
And now I look back, I'm like, wow, like
the private
we hid in the private
elementary
bathroom.
school.
Yeah.
And we got like busted. And I remember when you threw that candy off of Laura.
I go to when I
Laura
go to high
has
How
a
do
school.
we
chocolate
even
egg.
address that? Like,
Like-
who threw the candy at my tit?
Like he literally, like Laura was sitting. Okay, wait. Laura was like
Speaking of
third
candy.
row
Who threw it
clarinet.
there?
Like
Who hit me right there?
Laura was like a third row
So
clarinet and
wrong.
she fired a chocolate
Who
egg
gets
at the
my
band
nip?
director at the time. He was like a substitute
Who
band
gets my
director.
nip?
And he said, "Who hit me in the tip?"
And he like literally like we're all like jamming out, if you want to even call it that. Like what do you even call it? Like we're
He
playing
stopped
band
the
music and he
entire
stopped the entire
production.
production because of this one. Because she threw a Cadbury egg at his chest. So like that, like
catapulted off of it.
you look back now and like I'm thinking like
I watched.
at the time we thought we were so funny.
Yeah.
I remember somebody took a shit in the back of the band bus in a brown paper bag. And at the
Wow.
time, we are the funniest people
I watched.
on earth. And I'm like, wow, like actually though,
Weird
we
dicks.
were assholes
Yeah.
because they were really trying to like instill musical education in us.
Mhm.
And I'm going to tell you this till this day, and I don't care what kind of nerd I sound like, I am so glad that I still have an ear for music.
Yeah.
I legit still can I can pretty much tell you a note when I hear it,
My
but I didn't apply myself.
my
Yeah, I
class,
didn't care
my
to.
class, we took pride in getting substitute teachers to never step foot in money
But
ever again.
but we're assholes for doing that. Tony,
So
we're
bad.
assholes.
But
Like
they're the times you remember.
you remember them, but like you feel like
Oh my god! Here.
I feel awful
This
for
is, this
things
is
that I
another,
did.
this is another RIP story. Remember Zach Hess? Remember Zach
Yes.
Hess?
Yes.
So Zach Hess, he made these fucking blowgun darts out of pens. You take a pen apart, and then he took these plastic Q-tips. He made thousands. I don't know how he fucking did it. He made thousands of them. He would take a plastic Q-tip. He'd rip the one Q-tip off.
Yeah.
Take a pin, like
Okay.
a fucking sewing pin
Yeah.
or like a nail,
Yeah.
and melt the plastic around the pin and keep the other end in. Stuff it in a pen and shoot it. And it hit fucking people in the neck. They were
Oh my
like,
god.
they're fucking
That's
bleeding.
great.
Did he
Yo,
like YouTube wasn't even around then?
No.
How did he think of this?
So he fucking made
That's
all these,
great.
and we were passing around shooting each other. Like Danny Reeves got hit in the neck. He fucking bled out. Brett Ross got
He bled
He
out.
bled out. I'm sure he did.
My buddy Brett got hit with one, and he bled and bled and bled, and he got caught in music class. And I remember they're like, "Who the fuck is like whoever gets caught with these darts, you're fucked." And I remember Zach fucking blew one in the ceiling, and they're like, "Yay!" And they caught him, and he had the whole stash, like hundreds of them.
Oh my god, that's awful.
We never seen Zach Hess ever again in Monty Area School District.
That's awful.
Like he was completely like wiped off the map, and then
Wow.
he passed away in a motorcycle accident. But
Yeah,
like
that's a shame.
the shit we did, it would be
He was
fuck-
really good friends with Chase and Johnny and all
yeah,
growing
it
up,
would be
so-
fucking.
he was
It,
around
it would
a
be a
lot.
felony if we got caught doing the shit
Mhm.
we did back then. Like
Oh yeah.
with Doug and Joey and all them, we had
Right.
a substitute teacher in Mrs. Rhodes' class, and I remember it used to break off the auditorium.
Mhm.
She wasn't there.
That poor ceiling,
Right.
seeing more pencils than anything
Pencils
I've
and the
ever
bullet,
seen
the
in my
darts are
life.
probably still there.
You could still see them in the ceiling.
So fucking Mrs. Rhodes is not there, and the substitute comes in, and we all Dollar General just opened, so we got bags of Skittles. Like each kid, they were like $1 a bag, so we each had like fucking 6 bags between 15 kids. Like, so we're like, oh my god, we're gonna eat Skittles for the next fucking. It's gonna be awesome. I don't know why. It was a fucking great idea. It was right by the school. We can go to Dollar General and get a bag of. They don't even do it anymore. Like it would be like a bag, and you open it, and it's loose Skittles. Now they're all in individual. You have to
Yeah.
open another pack.
Yeah. Okay.
It was
I
different.
lost there for a
Yeah,
second.
it was so. It was a full
It's
bag.
like a
Like you know how
big
you buy.
bag.
You know how you buy a bag of M&Ms and it's
Yeah.
all loose M&Ms. Like just you can pull out a
You could-
handful of M&Ms.
You could still buy them in Skittles.
And when I buy a big bag of Skittles,
I mean,
now,
I don't
they're
buy
all
Skittles
they're
regularly enough,
they're
but I'm
in
pretty sure
another-
that-
they're in another size bag, and the bag is full of bags.
Okay, well we'll have
When
to
we
look.
had it, it was a full bag.
I need a beer.
So we
I
threw
know, I
we
needed the
threw
Skittles.
We're thirsty. I'm sorry.
We
I'm
threw-
really
got to
sorry.
bust one out. I don't care
But,
what
like
it
we're
is.
really
So we-
What
thirsty.
time is it?
We're almost done. Like we're gonna wrap up right here. But never mind. But just the hell of it.
My watch is.
'Cause we're gonna
told me
go to- we're
move
gonna go to
3
the-
times
we're gonna go to
since I
McNair's.
said-
We got a
worry about
karaoke. We got
Yeah,
a
we're gonna karaoke. So don't worry about it. We're gonna wrap it up right here. So we
Tune in
threw-
for our
I like
karaoke
it.
session.
we threw
I'm not even
the
feeling a
Skittles.
buzz.
We
This is
threw this.
good.
Yeah, we threw the Skittles, and the guy stands up and he looks at all of us, like Doug, Joey, the whole bad kids, and he goes, "Any of you kids hit me with one of those candies, I'll sue your parents for all you're worth." And he goes, and puffs his chest out. He didn't even have a chance to sit down. It was like Zach Cass was still there. We literally each opened up every bag, and it was like the fucking commercial. We filled that whole. He was fucking covered.
That's awful.
He hit the thing, and we all stuffed it in the back of the bleacher where you'll never find it.
God.
And he's like, "Where all these Skittles come from?" We're like, "We have no idea." That was it.
High school was fun, stuff like that.
Yeah.
Like, it was ignorant, but you have to do stuff like that in high school.
And we fucking
Have
stuck
to,
up.
like-
Like our class stuck up for each other. Like, so if someone did something bad, they're like, "Who did it?" And we're like the Breakfast Club. Can you describe the
Can you-
ruckus?
Can you describe the ruckus, sir? You forgot, sir.
Yes, sir.
There you go.
But yeah, it was a good time. But thank you guys so much for doing the show.
Yeah, this is pretty
Wait,
cool.
we didn't hear the story like about banging beers and that stuff.
What?
Because you were going and you went on
Ben.
the tangent.
So this is Ben's because I wasn't telling a story about Ben. So we did this. We started the show.
I thought Ben was grabbing us a beer.
No, we're gonna wrap right
We're
here.
going lucky number
But we're
7.
still-
Screw it.
But we're still really thirsty.
We're gonna wrap right here. This is
No,
it.
we're gonna do
And then
lucky
we're gonna-
number 7.
We don't need to review it. We just want to have
number
a.
7.
Okay.
Number.
Get it.
We just wanna have like
So we started the show. I did
This is gonna
interviews.
be a hoppy one.
It was
then,
me and
too.
Nick.
I'm
It was
pumped,
me, it was
Ben.
me and Nikolai. He's so happy.
He's so happy. I love how happy he
Yeah,
is right now.
we
Like
got-
he just
we
got up.
started
He was
the
a
I'm
show.
doing
happy.
this one because I had this one before.
I love
But you know
Ben.
what?
I wanted to
But
try
you
that,
bought
so
but I was
fun.
afraid it was the devil.
They're not gonna let you get a word in.
All right, Tony.
Well,
I'm
go
sorry.
ahead.
I'm sorry.
Let him go. Let him go.
I wasn't gonna
Ben's
tell the
happiness
story.
made me happy.
But this
It
is
just
gonna
it really made it look ridiculous. Go ahead.
Oh, I got
go.
So
What
anyway,
the fuck am I stuck on? I'm
So-
stuck.
someone's probably standing on your cord.
Laura,
What?
get off.
I'm
This is
not
gonna
on
be-
your
This is
cord.
gonna be earthy as shit. It's gonna be good.
I'm ready.
Earthy.
Like
So-
dang.
So I started the show with interviews, and Nikolai kind of helped me out and start. But it was my idea, and then I said I'll make interviews with everyday people, so Nikolai and Ben has somewhere to show. And
If you
then
don't like it, we could pour it in my
this is your fucking story. You made me tell it.
Go ahead. Go ahead.
So then
This is the Ben Show.
So Nikolai was involved in 2 shows. Ben was only involved with 1, and then we made a wrestling show and a MMA show. So then Bangin' Beers started because I wanted to give Ben more camera time because he worked really hard on the show, and that's the story.
And look
Nice.
at
We love you, Ben.
he just worked so hard getting us up there, and he got so
Jesus
excited. He's like,
fucking
guys, this is gonna be really earthy.
Yeah. His
It's
story,
really
his
funny.
fucking story, his origin story, and he's like, let me just keep interrupting it. I love Mahatongo. This is the greatest idea ever.
So it's funny because, like, well, what really kind of like before the Bangin' Beers thing, I would always bring like a 6-pack over here,
A
Yeah.
six-pack
and we
of
would play
nuggets.
we would play video games,
And
and we
your
would
pa-
drink beer.
and gets-
We'd be going like it would be like 8-9 o'clock. Hey Ben, are you coming over? I'm like, yeah, I'll bring some beer over, right?
We would do all this between 2 people and get fucking smoked. And play
Yeah,
video
and
games.
we were like
That
up
sounds like a good
2:30,
time.
3
This
o'clock.
one's really good. What
I'm
is
not
this
going to
shit?
drink as much of this because I'm going to be driving us to.
That's a good
2:30,
idea.
2:30, 3 o'clock, like drinking.
Sorry, I wasn't.
You're
cutting
the
off.
fucking wild card.
I
I love
am
it.
not. I am part-
I
I loved it.
I feel like this was like freshly plucked grass.
You know,
That's
what?
Yeah, that's how it is. That's how it goes. It's so good.
What was your name at the beginning of the show? The random fuck.
Yeah.
I know that was really random.
Yeah.
Why are there
Ben,
Did you have
Sorry.
any more to your story? Because I really feel bad.
But
No,
any-
that was it.
But anyhow,
It's gone. It dissolved.
He's
Krystal.
telling more of it.
but anyhow, so
Bonitas.
I can't believe
So,
there's
like-
3 viewers this whole time. This is hilarious.
I know.
Are you
this is
serious?
great.
Yeah.
But
That's
the, fu-
it?
More people watch after it. ends.
Yeah. But the funny thing is,
Well, I didn't
like,
share it at all either.
who were they?
It's all right. It's not
If
important.
you-
Ben's
Show
trying to
your
talk.
faces.
If you're
Go ahead,
watching,
Ben.
if you're watching, leave a comment.
Go ahead, Ben.
but the funny thing is,
I had 96 views. You're a liar.
so when we
Anyway.
were so like I would bring the beer over and all, and then like I was getting into the craft beer scene. Like, I mean, I have my own mini fridge. I got it for my like 29th or 30th birthday. That's how like ridiculous
Right.
it got. And so my mom and dad were watching the show, like this one random like Joey 6-pack show, and they're like, Benjamin knows more about beer than this fucking guy. And I'm like, okay, all right. Well, it's like you should do a podcast about it. I'm like, okay, I'll pitch it to Tony. I'm like, Tony, let's do it. And like I said, Bangin' Brews, and then he's like, I like it, but we're gonna do Bangin' beers, and so this is why it originated.
I like it.
And
Yeah.
that's why.
It
And
was
I'm like,
definitely fun.
I always
Mhm.
love having people on the show. I like having them try different stuff. If you don't like it, you tried it. Hey, guess what?
So
You
our
tried
first
it.
our
Yeah.
first Bangin' Beers the first maybe 4 episodes was very like, hey, we're just gonna
Gauntlet-like.
we're just gonna get smashed on beers.
Yes.
Okay.
And then a lot of people were like, hey, I would love to do interviews with everyday people, but I feel like my story's not deep enough. And I would tell them it doesn't always have to be a story that's deep. Like you can come on and tell a funny story. You can just tell like, hey, I remember the one time like we can find, even if it's like we're gonna do like as a topic, like, hey, we're gonna talk about
The
this topic.
conversation just kind of like flows.
Yeah,
It
it's just
does.
we could just have a conversation.
Yeah.
So a lot of people are like, oh, I don't really want to do that. I don't. So interviews became intimidating to people because they thought they had to tell a story.
Like,
Like they had to.
oh,
They
They
have.
prepped for it.
Yeah.
Oh,
So then I'm like, well, why don't you come on Bangin' Beers?
Oh,
So I said, why don't you come on Bangin' Beers? And they're like, what do you mean? I'm like, just come on Bangin'. So in my head, I didn't really say this to Ben, but I was like, I'll turn Bangin' Beers into another interview show, and we can learn about the person who's on the show
Yeah.
and make it more comfortable.
It's still, I
Like
could
we
care
we
less
we
about
had some
that,
deep
you know what I
conversation, and
mean?
you guys didn't even realize that was
No,
gonna
like this
happen.
thing, like Brian actually said to me, he goes, after like 5 minutes, you're not even gonna know that you're on camera.
Yeah.
And you don't.
So like when I
No,
went
you
onto
don't.
Facebook and I seen like, oh my gosh, 96 views. I'm thinking, wow, 96 people just seeing like that little intro. And I'm like,
Yeah.
But here's the thing. When it comes to Facebook, I think Facebook Live is very, very intimidating to
Yeah.
somebody. Like for me to like look at that and see like, oh my God, well, like,
Okay,
oh,
so
what did you do?
you remember when I got really crazy and bought 2 Doberman puppies?
Yes, I
Okay.
totally remember
The brother and the
that.
sister. I thought it was a great
She
idea.
just like bought dogs for no reason.
You still have them?
I have one. I
Uh-huh.
gave one to one of our best friends.
Okay. Do they still hang out, the dogs?
No.
Oh, is that part
Those
of the story?
monsters.
The dogs don't hang out just because we don't have time to get them
Together.
together.
Fair
but
enough.
Yeah.
the kids just went over and seen the dogs this past week, the other dog.
Yeah.
This past weekend. But I thought it was a really good idea to instead of buying 1 Doberman puppy, I buy 2.
You have to have them together, right? Yeah.
Yeah,
And,
brother
then,
and
and
sister.
Dobermans get
Buy all the
big.
dogs.
And I have 2 kids, so why not get them each one? Because I just want to make my kids the
Double
happiest children in the
pleasure.
world.
Yeah.
Whatever I gotta do. So when mommy pulls in with the 2 dogs,
Oh my God.
it was the best. Well, my first Facebook Live, I have the 2 dogs at the house, and they're so cute. They're so cute. They're
Baby.
pissing
I
and
can
shitting
imagine
everywhere.
that.
Like
I can
you're
imagine.
just cleaning up
They're
your ears,
pissing and
but when you
shitting
look when
everywhere.
you look at them, you're like, you're so fucking cute. So I used to call them my babies. Here, the legit voice. Where are the babies? Where are the babies? They come running, hear their little toes hitting the ground. Oh, they're darling.
Zach, what did Zach say?
Zach hated me.
Like, I just
Second
finished
of
over the house
his
with 2
Probably double,
Doberman.
probably double the nonsense, double the shit.
Yeah.
I was walking up the stairs and my phone, I didn't even know that I went
It was
live.
on live.
I didn't know I
I
went live,
remember this.
And I was going, where the babies at?
And that was your Facebook Live?
And the dogs, you hear their nails on the hardwood floor. Running. And then I'm like, oh my God. It was something like that.
Oh my God.
So
They're
one,
over there.
one of the viewers is Brian, and he said he's sitting naked in a beanbag chair.
I seriously cannot.
That's only
right
because I
now.
kissed him before he left.
Yeah, they did. They
Yeah,
actually kissed
yeah.
on the mouth. Like
Oh my
right
No,
before
it
they
was
walked
the
in here.
cheek. He leaned down and said, here, give him a kiss before you leave, meaning dad.
I can't give
And
you
I
any.
was on the phone with Tayden and it really threw me
I
off. And I was
drank
like,
it all.
okay. And I kissed Brian on the cheek.
I'm so
He's like,
sorry.
no, the baby. I'm like, okay. Okay. And then I was like really thrown off.
Brian is a live YouTube watcher right now.
You know what I do all the time too? Like when I'm on the phone with people, because the only person I really talk to on the phone, everybody else I text is Heidi.
So I'm really sorry.
So I'll be like,
I'm
oh my God,
thirsty.
okay, cool. All right, I'll see you later. All right, love you, bye. And then I'll hang up and I'm like, just said they love you to that person.
Oh, that happens a lot though.
Yeah, I do. that
I
all the
always
time.
like answer my cell phone too. I'm always like, radiology, this is Krystal. And I'm like, I'm not at fucking work right now. Or like I'll say like love you to like a random person. I'll be like,
Yeah.
love you, bye.
I
And they're
never-
like, okay.
I've never done that yet. I work in a call center, so
I'm constantly answering my phone like X-ray, this is Krystal. And I'm like, wow, like I definitely
So
spend too much time at work.
normally at this point when we wrap, we try to see if you guys have anything you want to plug or anything you're into, or maybe there's a local business or anything you guys want to put out there for
I
people
actually-
to experience.
I put Notch 8 out there because they're the bomb.
What's Notch 8?
The place in Jim Thorpe. Were you not listening?
Oh,
Did you
yes.
not listen to
Yeah,
me,
so
Tony? Did
Notch
you
8,
not? Okay.
that's
We
really-
already
listening-
talked
I
about
was
McNips,
listening.
and that's
Thanks, man.
obviously my
Thank you.
family. So
McNips is
obviously-
phenomenal.
McNips
And we're gonna
is
be
the
there in
best.
like 20 minutes.
They're-
Red Zone has the best like 12 cut pizza.
Yes.
you'll ever have in your life. And if you get a side of their sweet and tangy sauce, man, I'm just gonna plug a lot of businesses right
I
now.
love the red
Yeah,
zone.
go for it.
Red zone.
No,
living
no,
room.
No, like I mean, I have like a million and one places. Like
We had the rolling macaroni truck at work
Oh
today.
shit!
Oh,
Yo, I saw
Yep.
that today.
amazing.
What up, Kane family?
Yep.
Shout out, big shout out. Oh,
What do you-
wait, one more. I'm sorry.
She's
There's
gonna throw hers out to Keystone.
Lord,
The Keystone billboards going into Monterey City.
Grateful Roast Coffee up in Hazleton.
No.
If you have not been there, you need to get there. Grateful Roast Coffee.
And Stoker's.
Stoker's,
Craft-
wait,
Craft brewery.
not
place.
Stoker's. We got to give a shout out to Revere.
And Revere. Oh, yeah.
Have you
oh,
gone to
yeah.
1770?
1787 is awesome, but I got to talk to you
Revere.
about Revere.
Revere.
Okay. So these poor guys, okay, they literally grand opening of Revere Brewery next to Sisters Canteen.
You
in
guys fucking
Tamaqua.
tore it up.
So we went. It was like, our girls' day out.
Like,
Like
wow.
we all went. All of us were down there.
I was at the follow-up visit.
Which they were still pretty
I mean,
intimate with us.
they
with
were
our group.
amazing,
They were
like,
very welcoming.
Where's this place at?
That's right next to Sisters in Tamaqua. Sisters, the
Okay.
Mexican
Yeah,
restaurant.
Tamaqua has 2 breweries now, right?
They
Yeah.
do. So and both are amazing.
They are.
I love the
think
beers. at
Both
both.
are going to be at Brewfest tomorrow.
Are they?
I think so.
You gotta sneak me under a curtain. Remember me tomorrow.
Krystal,
All right.
you're alive.
Forget about me. That was beautiful. don't.
Is that gonna be-
Wait till
Ben's gonna
karaoke.
karaoke tonight.
Are you
Ben-
coming
no,
with us, Ben?
Ben gets really into it.
So do I. I think we're gonna go to
I
Club.
do.
I
So-
love going to Club
Okay,
54
put it
for
this way.
karaoke.
Okay, so my buddies and I, when we do Black Diamond karaoke,
Okay.
I believe in a thing called love. I get in the falsetto.
Just listen to the
I
rhythm of my
fucking
heart.
run around the bar.
Who did that
Oh,
thing called Love?
I run around the
Who's
bar.
that by?
the
If I
guy,
get hammered,
the guy
enough.
who hosts it does it pretty well because he has a high voice.
No,
register.
the original band name.
Oh, the darkness.
The Dark-
Yeah,
The
the
darkness.
darkness.
I said
Yeah.
the
Hey,
colors.
can
I
you
know.
tag these these places that we give shout outs to?
Just
kinda-
message me.
Yeah, I will.
And then we'll go
Because I
back.
just want to say a really quick,
Yeah.
clip about Revere.
Mhm, go
So,
ahead.
like I said, like it was like their grand opening. To be that kind. What were you gonna say? What?
He put his hand in front of my face.
Because I wanted to be
Yes,
like,
Ben,
I
hey,
dr- I
hey,
drank-
we got like 2 extra beers
Ben,
in
I
here,
drank
which is
it.
like a shocker.
Let her finish.
We were all thirsty. We went to Revere and like there were like what, 9 of us. Like easily there was like 9 of us. Laura, that was like, ew. Are you seriously gonna drink that?
Yeah.
She's been saving it. All right, go ahead.
Okay.
9 of us.
We went to
Yeah, we
to
saw that
Revere
one.
and they had a chalkboard, like right when you like walk in the place. And like unapologetically, I'm just gonna say what happened. Like I just like drew dicks all
throw
over
it
the
out there.
chalkboard.
That's what you're supposed to
All
do
over the
when you're from
chalkboards.
Monte City.
And
you
I'm
see a
thinking
chalkboard.
like, I mean at the time, now like I look back,
Hashtag Cox.
yeah, and like I think that the wife
Coming
of the one
at
owner
ya.
walked in and like,
Whoa.
wow, like what happened here? And he's like, oh, some girl was in here just drawing Christmas trees, and
he called them Christmas trees.
it's like they were Christmas trees or something.
Sometimes they're rockets, sometimes
So,
they're Christmas trees.
They,
I
oh my
mean.
God, is there a dog? Come here,
Oh,
come here.
So
Probably gonna
What's
bark.
your
when
name?
Lady?
when we were texting about this whole
Gates.
podcast, I was like, are we dressing casual? Like, what's the deal here?
Suit and
And-
tie.
No,
I
I'm
had
so mad,
told-
man.
Krystal, I was gonna wear a shirt that said "fuck off" on it. I said
Oh,
I'm wearing my dad's shirt that says "fuck off."
I said,
could've.
fuck off.
You
Yeah.
could've.
Like, so I think that
So
we
we've
should
been
really,
dying
can
of
we
it.
please write that on your shirt now with a Sharpie?
I
I think
have
it's
a Sharpie.
time. I think
Before
that
the
you-
end of the night.
Next
It's
time
gonna
we have
happen.
these on, you can wear your fuck off.
All right.
No, but
Are
then
you like,
remember on the way up we were like,
cutting us off? He's cutting
We're
us
No,
off.
no, I said next time you're here, you can wear it.
The podcast is cut off, but
It's
good. I
not,
can put my ear
not.
in.
no, I don't care. I'm still talking. Cut off.
My
I'm
hair's still
talking.
all
I don't
right.
care
Is my
if
hair
it's
still
live or
okay?
It looks good.
Is it like?
Is there anything you want to plug?
Any business?
I just put I was the one that said Stokers.
yeah.
Stokers?
She did say
Yeah.
Stokers.
And the Keystone.
And the key,
Keystone.
yeah,
Keystone.
Keystone.
Get
Come
your
on.
stones. Get
And
your
I
Carbon
wanna-
in Schuylkill County.
And I want to do a shout out to Trogs. Hashtag bring back the Crimson Pistol, please. I'm
Yeah,
begging
she's
you.
a big fan.
Oh my
and-
God, I'll
And
seriously
please
cry.
go watch her husband's interview, Brian.
Yeah, his interview was
It was
pretty
really good.
awesome.
A lot of cool information.
So you
there.
could definitely like see his perspective about what happens after you lose a child and things like that.
Mhm. Ben, what do you got?
This is a very successful Banging Beers with Bitches, so I would love to have you ladies back on again.
I'm
Yeah.
game.
You helped clean out a
Yes,
lot of the
well,
fridge. That was
We
good.
will come back.
Freaking-
We're
then.
game. We're
Freaking
we're game.
riot. And we tried out
bitches don't go home.
and we added 2 more beers onto the lineup.
We did.
2 like random wild card beers.
I was so thirsty.
So overall, I kind of want to dedicate it like for taste testing overall with everything. Dialed Up. How did you like that?
I like that one.
The number 10. That's my favorite out of all of them.
Give me the can. Fuck, it's like
I'm
Not
keeping
a
that.
fan.
I'm keeping that
Yeah,
can.
just keeping that. And then how did you like the final like random goofball can?
Really good too.
The devil can.
That's
That was
with
really good.
buckwheat, baklava, Imperial India Pale Ale, pistachios, and almonds.
I'm
Probably,
gonna-
like this is like first episode nonsense.
I'm
right
gonna
here,
be
'cause we're
so
doing
sick
multiple beers.
tomorrow.
I think
but-
we should go do shots.
You guys want to go?
That's,
You guys
we're
want to
done.
go?
Yeah, I'm driving.
I want a
you guys.
picture with Ben. I feel like he's like a celebrity.
But that one.
I like our pyramid.
I
Our
like
pyramid.
it.
Oh,
Ready?
Let's do this. Let's do this.
Wait, are we doing a selfie live?
Yeah, we're gonna do a live selfie.
Okay,
Yeah.
everybody hold your
You're
favorite
flipping her on.
beer.
No, we're making
gonna-
a pyramid.
wait.
No, I don't. I'm not drinking that. I'm not drinking that. No way.
I would rather eat. I would rather eat that bowl of dog
We
food.
can't waste it.
I'm gonna go
Oh, my favorite one.
eat. What is up with the sound effects?
You ready?
You have a little girl giggle right now.
Oh, it gets me every time.
Whoa.
I fucking like
A
that.
little bit of
I
sour.
like that.
What are you doing?
We're gonna take a selfie with our bear.
Oh my god, I love it. Do we keep the headphones on?
Yeah, you can take your headphones on. This
You're missing
has
a
never
bottle.
happened live on.
Fuck. Keep it like it is. Keep it like it is.
This goes on top.
Oh, that's gonna be some dog shit.
Don't
trouble. No.
touch it.
Oh boy.
Don't
you
touch
gotta-
it.
you
Don't
gotta get
touch
a little
it.
Finesse in that.
Yeah. It's
You're gonna block yourself out of the shot.
Yeah, you're gonna block yourself.
She'll get in.
Okay.
Shh, everybody shut up.
Everyone shush. Don't breathe. Bangin' bears and bitches. I lost the fucking edit
You
button.
lost me. What the hell?
Come on, Ben. Get
All right,
in.
that happened.
Got it?
All right.
All right,
Guys,
that'll-
success.
That'll do it for Bangin' Beers, bitches. We will be live tomorrow.
Oh, who gives a shit now?
We'll be,
a wrap.
that's a wrap. We'll be live tomorrow at Brewfest. Come see us there, and then Sunday Bangin' Beers with Bad Maggie.
Who
And-
wants a snake under the curtains? Get in for free.
And we are going to be doing karaoke at McNiff's in 15 minutes. We'll see you guys there. Okay.
DJ Corson.
Bye now.